Anything that we will make, baby, bow our heads up. Oh, but I know they see it.
Marvin.
What's up, bro?
I crash. Those guys, they don't want to see you last. They take $3 million to buy your checks. The tub full of money, I still can't relax. Time spinning, Lord forgive me, I'm a sinner. Conquer the five niggas. Wrong side of the position, only the five winning.
All right. Bless up, bless up. One and all. This is another episode of the Troy Graham Experience for the Three Kings. And tonight, on the eve of Spencer and Spencer Crawford, we have some special guests in the house. One, Mr. Kelly Pavlik, and the champion maker from Baltimore, Maryland, Marvin McDowell. So, Kelly, you were here first. So go ahead and introduce yourself, and then Marvin, you come right on behind Kelly.
Yeah, I'm a former three-time lineal middleweight champion of the world, Kelly Pavlik, and thanks for having me on.
Not a problem. Go ahead, Marvin.
Yeah, I'm Umar Marvin McDowell, founder and president of the Umar Boxing Youth Development No Hooks for Books. Put the guns down, put the gloves up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful way to start. We have a boxer, a world-class boxer, former champion, and a champion-making trainer in the Hall of Fame one at that too, right? So, what a great way to start off this Spence Eve Crawford fight. So, go ahead, gentlemen. Who do you see? How do you see the fight going? Give your breakdowns and how many rounds you think is going to go, or you think it's going to go the distance.
You want me to go first?
Anybody? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll get it out. This fight really hard to pick a winner. I see across social media platforms people picking Crawford easily or picking Spence, and it just is mind-boggling because I'm really having a hard time picking on this one. As I break it down, I think Spence got more of the dog in him. At the same time, I see Crawford, who also has it in him, but he likes to box a little more. The size advantage goes to Spence, but Crawford's a naturally strong guy who pretty much grew up in a wrestling family. His functional strength is there. So I guess the way I'm kind of playing this out, and it's, again, very hard to pick a winner, but if I had to lean towards somebody in this fight, I think Crawford. And I see like the first 6 rounds it being a very close fight. And then I see like rounds 9, 10, 11, 12. I see Crawford making the changes and, switching the game plan. Not that Spence ain't got a high boxing IQ, but Crawford does. And I think with some of the different tools that he has, from orthodox to southpaw, or maybe finding something that works to kind of pull ahead in the fight, I think that's going to be the difference.
Okay. What about you, Marvin?
I'm leaning towards Crawford. Kelly kind of like broke it down simply, and I'm on the same wavelength. I think that is going to go no more than 9 rounds. And I think that Crawford is going to be the man on top. Because he just has so much talent, not knocking, Spence. But I seen Crawford with that dog when that dog came out, man. When he fought the Russian boxer, and he don't usually jump on you early, but the Russian boxer that he fought tried him, and he got him out there early, man. And I'm saying he can do it all. He can do it all. And I think he's going to be victorious in that.
Okay, and we got one of the 3 kings who just stepped up, Mr. Troy Ali, aka the Inside Man. What's going on, brother? Hey, man. We're just taking some thoughts here on the Spencer Eve Crawford fight. So, what's your thoughts on it, brother?
Well, being as though I got brother Marvin in here, I got to watch my words because
He
I
got
don't
Kevin
want
Kelly. Oh no, I'm sorry, not Kevin Kelly. He's on my mind. He got Kelly Pavlik in here.
Oh, okay. Salute, brother Kelly. How are you?
You're doing good.
Yeah. No. Um. I my whole team, is is a bud team, but I gotta go with the big fish. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, and I sent pictures to Troy. Bud energy was off today, man. It was just really off. It looked he had nervous, scared energy. There's a difference between like nervous energy, which is, I mean, you'd be a fool not to be nervous, right? But scared energy is a little bit different, and you can tell the difference if you got the eye. See, in boxing, right? You have teachers, you have coaches, you have trainers, all right? I'm a good teacher, all right? Marvin is good at all three, all right? I observe, and and from my observation, Bud has got really nervous, scared energy right now.
Well,
That's gonna make it dangerous for his
yeah,
opponent, man.
yeah, that's true. You know what? The first thing I noticed was the size difference between both of them. I didn't realize that Crawford was. I'm sorry that Spence was so much wider than he was. That's
Yeah,
the first difference that I noticed. But then I noticed how long Crawford's arms are as well, and that Spence has what about 2 inches over him. When they were standing face to face, I didn't
Yeah,
see any nervous. I didn't feel any nervous energy coming from brother. I tell you what I did feel. He seems settled. He seems like he's just comfortable, and this is just something he must do.
just
This is what
something
he
to do.
worked for.
It's just something to do, you know.
what you
This
mean,
is what he
Spence?
do.
You mean Spence?
No,
That's
I'm talking about
Crawford.
Crawford.
see, that's
Spence seems
reverse.
extremely confident. He seems like he just knows he's going to win, and Crawford seems like he's just very laid back and all that. What do you think,
Yeah,
Kelly?
you can't go off that. You can't. Unfortunately, I've been around too many as well and been in them myself. I hear a lot of trainers talk about, the guy looks gray, he looks shrunken, he looks skinny, and that always happens. And if I could go down the line of how many fights I've been to, especially when I have my podcast, even covering them and seeing them from the point of view of not being in a camp and not being on a stage with them, but talking with them after the fight. And the one that usually looks the worst in worse shape at the weigh-in comes out and it's totally different the night of the fight. I wish
Right.
that was the case going off that, but
Yeah,
again,
I, yeah, I agree with that.
that are at the top of their game. You better believe that both of these guys for a fight of this magnitude are at the top of their game, and I think that is going
Right.
to be. I think they're both guys with their ability. I'm not tossing it out that one of them could get hurt, dropped. Both of them can end up on a canvas. They both have enough pop to do that. But this is going to be a very tactical fight, and then I see Spence more so than Crawford trying to make this into a brawl or a
A
war.
dog fight.
Yeah,
I
and then
agree. I agree.
I see Crawford
Yeah,
adjusting
I agree also.
later rounds and kind of having the game plan to win out the later rounds.
Right. Right. Sound
But
good.
do, but do you think that do you guys think that it might go completely opposite of what we think because they both might respect each other a little too much and they may just like how most of you got the first round is kind of like the fill out round. Do you kind of think that maybe they may fill out a little too much, maybe for a little too long? Maybe
Well,
I'm thinking maybe like 3 or 4 rounds. Like, what do you think, Marvin?
no. What I'm thinking about is that Bud is going to be on point. It all depends on how Spence come out. Spence come out, you know, trying to do something early. I think that he's going to get boxed. He's going to be turning. He's going to be, working that jab and using that combinations and stuff like that. But it all depends on how each one of the fighters come out. But I think that Spence is going to come out hard, and I think that eventually, Bud is going to tame him down and just box him out, man. You know,
But
Yeah.
Kelly and Marvin, do y'all think that do y'all honestly think, non-biased? Do you think that Bud's will can be broken?
That's a good
Uh,
question. That's a good question.
yeah, I think that
Thank you,
fight.
sir.
I think they got dog of both of them, and I think it was at some point at the beginning. It's going to be tactical. How many
right,
rounds? I'm not quite sure, but both these guys got it. And I think a fight at this magnitude and the way they are, eventually, it's going to let loose. I think Crawford will try to neutralize it. Okay, so for instance, I hate using certain fights as measuring sticks, but I think this is a fairly good one. When Spence fought Porter, he kind of fell into that in Porter's trap, right? And which a lot of people have against Porter. Porter is obviously a brawler, tough, gritty fighter, and
Absolutely.
Spence kind of got caught up in that. Crawford, when he fought Porter, got caught up in it, but also neutralized it a little more, or a lot
right,
more than Spence did. So I think at some point you're going to see a little bit of. I think you're going to see a very tactical fight at times, and then I think you're going to see a decent amount of times where hands are being let loose. I
yeah,
just think there's too much on this fight. I think it's the magnitude, the nerves. I think these guys, it's just in them to go out there and the competitiveness to go out there and make this a fight and come out victorious.
Okay. Okay. I actually got a question for both Marvin and Kelly from a coach's point of view, from a fighter's point of view. Kelly, from a fighter's point of view, can you give us a
What
breakdown?
a foiler?
Yeah, yeah. I was talking too fast.
A foiler.
Yeah,
Excuse
yeah.
me, Kelly. He's hamster brain. Okay, go back to the seriousness.
Okay, good, good. Now, from a fighter's point of view, give us a breakdown of how you actually see it going, actually see the fight going, and then you could compare it to your fight you had, when you fought for the championship at 160. And Marvin, from a coach's point of view, give us a breakdown of how you see the fight really playing out from like a skills point of view.
Yeah, real quick, and I'll try to be quick on it. Again, I don't know on that. In this fight, they could hit the canvas, they could get back up, and this be a slugfest. It could be a boxing match. How I personally feel, though, I think that it's going to start off. They're going to fill each other out. They're both very fast and sharp punchers. I think it's going to be a tactical fight, at least for 3 rounds. I see it heating up. I got to fight very close after 6 rounds. And like I said, I think the difference in the fight's going to be the later rounds where Crawford's game plan is just a little better and he switches it up and pulls away in like rounds 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Damn, Kelly, you too? Oh my gosh.
why
Okay,
not?
Marvin.
No, I just think that the hype of the whole situation, I don't think that it's going to go the way that a lot of people feel it's going to go. You know, I'm saying once you get touched, man, it's different. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
I feel that the hype part is over.
Yes,
Once
it
both
is.
of them get in the ring, it's really going to be so much of a difference of a fight that a lot of people ain't going to believe that is going on. And that's how skillful I feel that Crawford is in this situation. I don't feel that, like Spence is basic. He's a basic boxer. And the only thing that helps him is that he's a southpaw. If he was orthodox, I don't even think that he would even got as far as he has gotten. And I'm not knocking his skill level, but I just think that he's ordinary. He don't really have anything special, you know. And
Wow.
style makes fights. And when boxers first start out in the professional level or whatever, they get fights that there's different types of fights, A, B, C, and D fighters.
Yes, sir.
You know, and
Dramatic can.
you know they get matched accordingly. Now both of these guys are A fighters, and you will see the difference in which ones has been getting the the B plus and C fighters. Because that gets them sharp and it makes them who they are. But I just don't feel that we're gonna see what we all expecting from Spence, man.
And Troy, real quick before you ask the next question, um, touching on something that Marvin said, and before you answer the viewer's question, um, I agree completely on that standpoint. I think that what's going to happen, honestly, is whoever hits the canvas first and gets back up, the person who knocked him down is going to be in trouble. That's what I honestly think because I believe that if somebody gets caught, with a shot, but not a shot that's going to really take a lot out of them, but the pop shot and knock them down or whatever. Two hands, two gloves, that's the canvas. Whoever gets up from that is going to come out mad as hell and be like, okay, now I'm ready for it on you. That's what I think.
But also that
Yeah.
could blow the fight for you too, because you're
Yes.
just so
Yes.
concerned in what you want to do to this person, and the other person is just really just taking advantage of it, counterpunching you, and just making you even madder, and you losing
Right,
focus all the
right.
way,
So,
and it just take it away from you.
exactly. So let me ask you, Marvin, because I'm a little too young to remember. I remember the fight, but I don't remember the height. So what about like a Hearns Hagler or Sugar Ray who was it?
Her.
Sugar Ray Hearns. Was it the same way? Like was it all this hype build up,
It, it,
media
it
hype?
was more
It's
hype.
just
It was more hype.
yeah, but this fight is different because they haven't really done enough to put themselves on that level.
Absolutely.
As far as this, so you can't really compare that to a Ray Hagler or
Well,
Ray
well,
Tommy Hearns
well,
and stuff.
we can't compare it. I'm just saying as far as the hype job,
Yeah,
like
I'm
as far
saying
as like this is the biggest fight at 147. Since back then. Now the bigger fights that I can remember like were always like at heavyweight and light heavyweight. Like I don't remember a fight other than Floyd Mayweather having a fight of this magnitude at 147. So that's the
oh
only thing
no,
I
man,
can
I don't know
compare it.
where you been, man. I don't know where you been, man. Let's see, Duran, Sugar Ray, Tommy Hearn,
Okay,
all those
okay,
guys
okay, right.
in that
Durant,
mix,
Sugar
man.
Ray, Durant,
They
Sugar
weren't no
Ray.
heavyweights, man.
This is pretty
I'm
That's
much on
it.
the
saying,
level of like a
Well, we're still
and
we're going
Marvin,
back
you
to
can back me up on this. This is
Sugar
pretty much
Ray.
on the level of like a Simon Brown, Tyrone Trice too.
yeah, yeah.
Right?
What I'm saying is, everybody want to see the fight, but it just took too long for it to happen.
Exactly.
So a lot of the build up, is not really, they're not really going crazy over it like they would, for them guys back then. You know,
Absolutely true. Now, Ali, can you read that comment? Because I think somebody said something about Kelly in that comment. Well, I'll go ahead and read it.
It's
It says,
very small. Go ahead.
yeah, it says Crawford will fight smart but aggressive. It's about ring, generalship and counter when the opportunities are visible. Kelly Pavlik, not the rock'em sock'em crap.
So
And
was
who was
he
it? Who was it
was he
from?
agreeing with me, or was he going or trying to tell me was? Because that's kind of exactly what I said.
Right, but yeah, kind of exactly, actually. But who was that
Yeah, that
from?
is exactly what you said.
I said
Who was it? Modern
it's going to be
King
enjoyable
Boxing?
fight, but there's going to be periods where a fight breaks out, with these two. But for the most part, it's going to be a tactical fight.
And I feel that Crawford is the tactician. See, that's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
No, Glenn, please. No, access to Glenn. No.
All right,
No.
we got our three kings now. Major
I'm already
Keith Boxing is in here, so go ahead, Major. Come on in.
I'm already outnumbered. Come on, it's not
Oh
fair.
man,
No, we're having a good conversation. We talking
oh
about
man. I've been trying to tell you though, Ali. I've been trying to tell you. But okay, man. What's going on, gentlemen? How y'all doing?
We're
Yeah,
good, brother. We're good,
right.
Major. No, we
man.
catch you up, man. If you wasn't, caught up. Brother Kelly was answering a comment from Modern King Boxing, which I believe he just agreed with Brother Kelly in the comment. And I said to Brother Marvin that I was a little young at the time, but I do remember, like like the Hagler Hearns. I remember Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray. I remember that, but I remember the fights, but I don't remember the height to the fight because I would watch the fights, but I wouldn't watch I was too young. I wasn't caring about weigh-ins and press conferences at that time. I was worried about watching He-Man and things like that.
Boxing in the 70s and 2000s. Boxing.
So let me ask you all, everybody on the panel, since we got the three kings and we got two excellent boxers and their rights. We have two. We have one Hall of Famer for Maryland, and Kelly. I don't know what Hall of Fame you're in or going to be in, but I'm sure you're going to be in one soon. And okay, cool. That's what's up. But
that was last year, right? Last year, Kelly.
We got 2
years ago.
2 years ago now. Okay.
Great. Okay, 2 years ago. Great. And then we have two boxers. Actual professional boxers on the panel. So to ask these gentlemen these questions, is actually a blessing. So what I'm saying is this. Okay, can you both give me one fighter that each fighter resembles, present day or past, and compare what the fight would look like? So give me what Spence resembles, give me what Bud resembles to a past fighter, present or past, and then give me what you think that fight would have been like as a super fight to the alter ego of whoever you think that they represent.
Well, I'm going by different eras, and they're different in their own era. I don't really, I can't really compare them, to the fights back then. Everybody had their era, and everybody that was on point, they were on point in their era. So I can't really make a comparison, and the hype is not there. Like it was with the Sugar Ray, the Durans, the Hagler, and Ali, and what I'm saying. The hype is not there because the fight sort of took too long.
Exactly.
To really make it so that everybody can see it. That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, but style wise, Marvin, who you think either fighter, kind of resembles from back in the day or present, right, Ali?
Style wise, Spence more like a Hagler.
Spence?
And Crawford more like a Sugar Ray.
I don't see him doing it. I've heard the Hagler comparison to Crawford, but I don't see it on either one. Because see, Hagler could box.
Both of them were southpaws.
Yeah.
One thing.
Yeah. Because
And
Hagler could box too.
Yeah, Hagler could box, and what I'm saying, Spence can box, but I'm saying it's nothing special. You know, he's a basic boxer, and a lot of times the basic boxers doing, you know, the noble punches, you know, the jab and the movement, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, the hooks and stuff like that. You know, they will beat a fancy boxer to death. You know, with just the basics. I've seen a lot of fights that a basic boxer upset this so-called fancy dancer. You know, so it could really sort of go either way, but I just really feel that Crawford has the advantage. You know, I
Yeah.
really do.
I'm sorry, I had to leave because I got to work with this man, and I just, I had to leave the room. You know, you leave the room when like your parent they said something that you don't like, and you're not gonna say it, and you just say something under your breath. You leave the room. So I had to leave the room because my mom been talking crazy with brother Kelly.
Yeah,
What?
it's hard on that with the styles. I think Spence and Crawford kind of got their own. I mean, I know this one might sound crazy, but like Spence is kind of the Sugar Shane. You know, he brings it hard. Minus, I don't think he's quite as fast as Sugar Shane was, but you know, Crawford, I could see, you know, a little lanky, looks lankier, longer arms.
Do you think he's as strong as Sugar Shane was?
Over physically, yeah. Overall, I don't think he quite hits as hard as Sugar Shane, or maybe you know,
Wow.
in the
Okay.
air. But you know, the thing with these guys, like going back on it, yeah, I guess you compare it to Crawford, you could consider Spence more basic, but basic has a lot of times too has prevailed, and basic boxers have won more.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know, we got to also understand these guys. If you look at their punch selection, you know, like how they mix it up what I love about it is how, you know, they fire body shots off of combos that are not your traditional boxing like it, you know, used to be. I mean, these guys set up shots. They get you to raise your hand. They shoot them little, you know, what do they call those? The stab jabs into the stomach. Different
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
They're
Hmm.
all crafty. They all got their skills, and you know, I think Spence is a little better than a basic boxer, but Spence is also a guy who likes to get in there, and the dog comes out, and he likes to fight. You know, so it's tough on that to really. I think.
Okay. So let me ask.
Yeah.
Sorry. Let me ask Marvin. Hey, brother Marvin. So, okay. Let me give you an example. If this was in a couple generations ago, if this was, let's say, the Beast Mugabe, right?
Hmm.
Who who would be the opponent that you would want to see for that mega fight? You want Beast Mugabe to fight the best of the best. Who would it be at that time
At his weight class,
at his weight class?
he fought what was it, 25, 26, or 30,
He
35.
fought. He fought from 22 up to 35.
Who are we talking about?
Mugabe.
Mugabe, Beast Mugabe.
No. Yeah. He fought 160. He fought
No,
150. He fought
no, no, he
160.
wasn't that heavy.
No,
John
He
the
he like
Beast
wasn't that
Mugabe?
heavy. He wasn't that heavy.
No,
he
no, no, no. We talk about John the Beast Mugabe?
Yeah.
no. We talking about the Mugabe that brought the damn snake to the ring
He
and
was,
scared
he was
everybody.
oh
Oh
no,
man,
you
that's not
talking about
Mugabe.
no,
That's
that's
somebody else. That's not
Terrence,
Mugabe. That's
Terrence the Beast Mugabe, I believe his name was it?
no,
no,
no, no, no. You talking about the
no,
brother
no,
from the
no.
Virgin Islands? What's his name?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
fought
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he fought Mancini. That's it. I go look
Right,
him up real
right,
quick.
right,
Yeah.
right for boom boom. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that guy there, fight that guy that I'm speaking about that brought that
Hmm.
snake to the ring or whatever he brought.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah,
Now,
I met him at the International Boxing Hall of Fame
yeah,
years ago. Yeah,
nice guy, right?
Bramble,
Right.
Livingstone Bramble.
Livingston, there you go, Livingston. Who would be a good fight for Livingston Um, at what Livingston did fight at 147, I
No,
believe.
no, one. That was 140.
130,
140.
about at
What,
130,
so
140.
what was his best? What was his most successful weight? Uh, you
That was 140.
140. Okay. So
Yeah.
so who would you like to see him fight? Like a mega fight? Because I think Livingston was a really good fighter, in my
He
personal
was a
opinion.
really good fighter, but he wasn't
Hmm.
a very good boxer. And he
Yeah.
was strong.
You
He was
notice I said
strong.
you notice I said I didn't notice I didn't say boxer. I said he was a good fighter. Um.
Yeah.
So who do you think would be, because you got on this like right now, like I feel like we got the same situation. We got
No, what I'm
fighters.
saying is not a comparison because it's different eras, man.
Yeah,
It's
I
different
know.
eras.
Right. I'm
You know what I'm
just
saying? And what I'm
I'm
saying is that in his era, the guys that were there back there with him then, you know, uh, uh, it really don't compare to this era now.
yeah, you're right. I agree. I agree
Yeah,
completely.
I think if you don't mind me jumping in, I think that I was having a hard time trying to figure the two styles, right? Because here's the thing. You can get, like Kelly's point, and he's the right man to say it. The fundamentally sound person that's really, really, really excellent at being fundamentally sound, right?
Right.
That's Kelly Pavlik versus Jermaine Taylor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
kept moving forward, and he kept moving forward,
Oh,
and he eventually got the victory, right?
Right.
So there's that, right? So it could be something like that, but Terrence Crawford, for me, the difference between him, there's nobody that could really pinpoint him to, because he's ambidextrous in a way that I've never seen before. See what I'm saying?
Right.
I thought
Right.
Roy Jones had that, but Roy Jones was more flashy and this and that, so he made a little some mistakes. He was just fast as hell and tough as nails. You know
And
what I'm
that's
saying?
what happened. Roy Jones' speed really got him
Right.
through.
Right. But you see, but Terrence, the way that he's been able to trap people and lure them in with the change of pace of punches, where he changes the velocity of the punch, and
Yeah.
gets them comfortable to where he can lean back and
Uh-huh.
they think he's moving back, but he's just setting them into a trap
Boom.
so he could just
Yeah.
counter the shit out of him.
Boom. Yeah.
That's something that he does on a different level that I've ever seen.
Right. Right.
hey
And I
Glenn,
can't pinpoint any boxer that I've ever seen doing that.
That was an excellent question.
Okay.
So either one,
Yeah.
Kelly or Marvin. So when someone's changing from southpaw to, you know, to ambidextrous like that, the way Bud can change. Well, I mean, how do you? I mean, what do you do? Like when you got somebody that's constantly just switching,
Yeah, but
switching,
see, I'm
switching, switching.
saying if sometimes you don't even really notice it, you know. I'm saying some of them are very slick enough to be in there with you, and you never know what's going on, and and that's the type of switch hitter that he is. You don't even recognize what's going on until you get popped.
All right,
And
gentlemen,
then,
we got the flush and flash in here, Kevin Kelly. So say what's up to good
okay,
brother Kevin Kelly.
Up,
Hey,
Kev?
what's up, Kev?
How y'all
What up? What
doing?
up?
How
What up?
y'all doing? I'm glad you're talking about the fight. That's the big thing to happen in Vegas here tomorrow. I even called up Showtime. I thought personally that I'd be great to commentate this event. It was a great opportunity, I think, me personally, because there's two southpaws going against each other. And I
right,
don't know how Abner Mara is nothing against Abner, but but he's a right-handed fighter.
yeah,
Or Rob Marquez or whoever they pick. They gotta have somebody that's lefty to get a lefty description and that
Did you
switches. And I
did you
switch,
call,
so
did
does
you call
Crawford.
Steven? You call Steven?
So, huh?
Did you call Steven?
Shakur Stevens, he
Oh,
said.
Shakur? Yeah, but Shakur, like I said,
No. Did you call Espinoza?
no, I talked to what's the guy I talked to up there? There's a few guys my manager talked to, I talked to in Showtime. They said they have nothing to do with that. Personally. So like I said, I'm here in Vegas. They didn't have to fly me in. I would have been ringside and did the fight. So I think that was imperative because sometimes I think we have the commentary mixed up. You got two southpaws fighting. You don't have righty commentating for lefties. Doesn't make any sense.
I agree. That sounds like Kev been making some good points for the fight as far as the left from coming from the left hand point of view. So we've had a previous conversation about this. So I understand exactly what he's saying and where it's going with. This is a multi fight.
Somebody got some background noise.
I'm sorry. This is a multi fight. So what about Jabala? Did you call Lou? Dr. Lou? Have your people reach out to Labella because they're also they got a piece of the pie in this card also.
Yeah, like I said, I think some good fights on the card. With both the Isaac Cruz, stuff like that.
Did you see? I'm sorry. Did you see that weigh-in? Isaac Cruz was so confident, and his opponent was like not so much.
Yeah, well, a lot of fights are won at the weigh-ins. People don't realize that. Every moment that you get a chance to be near your opponent, you got a chance to make him second guess himself, and that's the whole goal of a boxer. All sports, including basketball, baseball, football. The thing to do to your opponent is make him second guess himself. If you get him to do that, you won.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all mental. It's all mental. Yeah.
Kelly, did you see the weigh-in? And and from your point of view,
I watched it after the fact. I heard my partner Colin Gates from the show Sucker Punch. He hit me up a few minutes ago. He said that Caleb Plant slapped the mess out of Charlo, and I said, "You see that video?" He sent me a video about it.
Yeah, he did.
I missed that one.
No, he did. He did. Yeah, Kev, he missed. Yeah, he did.
You're gonna have to call him Kevin, Troy, because there's two Kellys on the public.
I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Kev. So listen, what happened was, Plant was really close to Charlo, and and Charlo was just talking crazy, and Plant was with the shit, and he he actually caught a little piece of him with his finger. He was going with the hand, but he just caught it with the finger he had. So he caught a piece of him, and he like stretched his shirt out and everything. Yeah, that actually happened.
Wow. I was like, wow. Yeah, like I said, exciting. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is entertainment also at the same time. So it's got to be some entertaining things there. Like you see, Bud Crawford and Bud said it once a red foot. He said that he likes Spence. Spence, they didn't like each other. Because they
respect for each other.
Yeah, they got a great deal of respect. Because, like I said, you have no choice. Because Errol's done. I mean, Crawford's climb to welterweight was a big thing, and I'm sure when he was a lightweight, he looked at Errol like, "Wow, he's a good fighter." Probably not knowing that he'll ever be the same weight at the same time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So things like that happen all the time, and you got a chance to fight a guy that he likes. That's not a bad thing.
They gave a lot of mutual respect at the weigh-in. I believe Spence said to Crawford, "You don't got to thank me for making this fight," and Bud said to him, "You don't got to thank me either." And they gave each other like a showing up, that. Yeah, so
that's on the stage. Yeah, you know what? A lot of fighters don't understand. You need a dance partner. This is what people don't understand.
Absolutely.
I understand this since I was doing it, like when I brought the Prince over from England, right?
Good fight.
Like I said, me and Prince were good friends. I mean, we got along real good. We wasn't boys that we wouldn't fight each other. But the thing was, when I met him, I was only getting him over there to retrieve him from England and bring him to America. So it ain't that we got a hatred for each other. We're competitive. Boxing is a competitive sport. So at the end of the day, I want to prove I'm better than you at all times. He prove he's better than me at all times. So at the end of the day, we got to squash it. We got to get in the ring and fight. And that's the way it is. And at the end of the day, I'm glad to see that this fight, it's a good thing for boxing that people publicly get to see that we don't dislike each other or hate each other. We need each other. Without an opponent, who are you? If it wasn't for Foreman, Frazier, Norton, who is Muhammad Ali? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, yeah, but you need a opponent. Like I said, you need an opponent. Like as good as Roy is, he was so good. He got no real equals. You know what I'm saying? So right now, the way boxing looks is you need a counterpoint. You need a dance partner. You know, I hear about, I got 72 pro fights. I hear about 3 of them. Me and Troy Dorsey, me and Gainer, me and Prince. Right? It's amazing. It's amazing that you need a dance partner. You got to have an opponent so that you can show how good you really are.
Okay, what's your
Kelly Pavlik, real quick. Now, Kelly Pavlik, did you see the win? Did you see the win, Kelly Pavlik?
I seen clips of it. I didn't get to watch the full
okay.
win.
Okay. Yeah, because I was going to ask you what you saw, on the win.
Yeah. What was the question that you asked me just now?
I asked you, what was your record?
Oh, when I retired, 60 and 10.
Okay, you say that. All right. That was
you
back
don't see a lot of that nowadays, do you?
No, that was back when fighters fought like 3-4 times a month and things like that.
Yeah.
Now
I fought twice in the same week.
Exactly. Now, hey Marvin, we lucky to get what? How many fights a year? Maybe what, 3?
3 to 4.
Yeah, that sucks. That really sucks, but
but it has a lot to do with the money and the promoters, and with the promoters and the money that they have to put the fights on. It takes a lot to promote a fight, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I used to fight. What I used to do, my management system was very simple. We had a kid from Holland named Regilio Tor. So Regilio Tor was not big in Holland, right? And I was a New Yorker. So at the end of the day, I was signed to the Garden. So I would fight once in New York City at Manhattan. The next day we get on a plane and we fly to Holland and fight again. And we had a fight card out there. And then we come back and fight again in America. So I had a system that was going pretty good. Like my first year of boxing, I think I got 14 pro fights.
Your first year? First year?
First year, about a year and a half. Like 14 fights. I was fighting once a month. And that's what's missing. It's called farming. What used to miss with boxing was years ago. It's called farming. What they do to a fighter, they farm them. You pretty much put them on like a promoter signs them, and you put this fighter on over every month. He's got a guaranteed showing. My manager Tom Loeffler is doing that right now. That's what he's doing in California. He has a farming system going because he learned that from my career, and he's doing it. And he has a card on once a month in California. He's got this kid named Callum Walsh. I don't know if you know him. He's coming up. Callum Walsh. He's undefeated, knocking everybody out. He's a really good fighter from Ireland. And Tom's farming him right now. He's fighting once a month, sometimes twice.
Yeah, but everybody don't have the money like that,
but it's not about the money. It's a small venue. He's not doing much. It's a local promotion. It's not something huge. It's not a big arena. He's doing it in the Avalon Theater. Avalon Theater may hold, at most, it might hold 3,000, 2,000, somewhere around there at best. And I used to commentate for him. And then he sold half his show to UFC Pass. And now they got half the show. So Dana's part of it a little bit. And Callum Walsh is the big guy. And then he's also got another guy named Sergei Hybochuk. So he's got a lot of Europeans because Tom is from Germany. And he's got a lot of European fighters and he's putting them on. But he's got some locals. He's got some fighters out of California that are Mexican that are pretty good. They bring the audience in. And I was commentating for a while there. And he sells the arena around. It's not an arena. It's like a Jerry Lewis used to live in that place, the Avalon Theater. That's what I found out. Jerry Lewis used to live upstairs. He performed there and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so like they're performing there. So like I said, that's what's missing. That's what I got a chance to witness when I was coming up. I was fighting for MSG. I was at the Felt Forum. So every month the Felt Forum had a card. You know what I'm saying? And Bobby Goodman, if you signed the MSG, he put you on every month. And sometimes he had 2 shows a month. So if I fought a 4-rounder and I knocked you out in the first round, there's no reason why I want to be training again. I want to fight again. You know what I'm saying? I remember fighting one time in Europe. I fought twice in the same week. I went 8 rounds on Monday and won. And then I knocked the guy out on Friday in the second round. And I feel like this. If fighters, that's what you do for your living, that's what you do. You should not. It should be nobody avoiding or trying. You should be out there. This is what I do. Let's go.
Yeah, but you still have to have some money behind you to make those trips, to go to the different countries. stuff like that. You still got to have some money behind you.
Well, with me, when I was signed to a promoter. Like I said, I was doing it through Garden. I fought in the Garden a lot, and I was trying to be lucky that. And it's also good management. My manager, Bill Bykoff, his son happened to be vitamin water inventor. Was flying outside in Europe, was loving Reggie, so we would go from New York to Holland, from Holland to New York. We're going back and forth. We fought in I fought in Curacao. I fought in I was fighting all over the place, and I just cards. You know what I'm saying? It didn't cost us any money. It was people trying to put cards on it. Tom would book me up for a few weeks. It was a real good thing.
Saying you had money behind you for the hotel, for the flight, for the food, right?
Yeah, promoters.
You had money behind you doing it, right?
Yeah, promoters. Like I said, the thing is, a lot of times when I was coming up, I wasn't even protected. I didn't thinking about it back in hindsight, I wasn't really protected because I was fighting other different promotions. You know what I'm saying? So realistically, we wasn't even really protected. So we were just straight fighting. Me and Reggie
It wasn't that you wasn't protected. It was you was connected.
No, because what happened was, like I said, Virgilio Tor's Dutch. He's from Holland. So out there, we wasn't with the promotion out there, right? So realistically, they were just putting us on as a favor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was fighting these European guys.
Yeah, but the talent there wasn't the talent that compared to you here.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, that's the thing.
Kev, you're 1984 Olympian, right?
No, I'm 88. I went to the trials in 88.
Yeah, excuse me. You were 1988 Olympian. So
no, I didn't go Olympic. I went to the trial.
Okay, so the 88 team was.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's right. It was that was the team with Holyfield on it and all of them, right?
No, Holyfield's 84.
Yeah, 84,
right. All right, hold on a second, gentlemen.
Me, Roy Jones, Riddick Bowe, Michael Carvajal.
Kevin.
Huh?
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. We got another guest. I just want to give him his time real quick. We got Andre Rozier just jumped in here. How you doing, brother?
Hey, what's happening, fellas? Good evening.
Hey, Rozier, how you doing, man?
What up, Kev?
How you doing, man?
How's everybody doing, man?
Everybody good. Good, man.
Be blessed, brother.
Yeah. Coach Andre, man. We got two Kellys in here tonight. We got Kevin Kelly and Kelly Pavlik. So, I've been getting both. I'm trying to keep it straight. Yeah.
We got the K's in the house.
Just call me Flash or call him Ghost. That's it.
That'll work.
Okay.
Call him Ghost. What's up, man? Look at the Ghost on.
Oh man, just waiting for this Saturday night to come on and so we can enjoy this unification, this undisputed contest. I can't wait for it.
Yeah. Matter of fact, what I should have did was I should have went down to the strip and walked around MGM Grand, and you could have been talking to me, walked through MGM Grand, and you'd have got the environment of what's going on in Vegas. Because in Vegas, like I said, this fight, right now, this fight's huge. It's really, really huge. And they said it was sold out, but then they changed their mind. They got more tickets. It's big. It's a big fight. And like I said, we haven't had one of these in years. This is like, I told people, this is the equivalent of Sugar Ray fighting Duran or Hearns. It's on that level. You know what I'm saying? It's rarely you ever get two guys in a prime to go against each other and risk it all. You know what I'm saying? And that's what real boxing's about. That's what real fight is about. If you really people don't care who wins. People don't understand something. People don't care who wins. They just want to see the fight. You know what I'm saying? The spectators want to see the greatness achieved in the ring. And let's go. Let's see this. That's what's missing. These guys should be chasing each other all day.
I agree. I definitely agree.
We should have had about 3 fights by now. It's been 5 years. You know what I'm saying? We really should have 3 fights.
Go ahead, Ghost. Ghost got something to say.
Yeah, but I'm saying it might be one more fight because let's see, Crawford is 35, Spence is 33, and one day your time will be up.
At 54. They're
You know what
gonna
I'm
fight
saying?
it
So,
for.
you know, they talking about moving up and this and that, right? Those guys been fighting since they were, you know, before they, you know what I'm saying, like 8, 9, 10 years old, man. You know, and it's different, you know, because all of a sudden
Yeah, go,
it's over. You know,
go ahead.
it
Go ahead,
might
Marvin.
not
Go ahead,
know what
Marvin.
fight.
Go ahead, Marvin.
Uh,
Finish your statement, and then go ahead, Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost, go ahead.
Hey guys, just
yeah,
real quick, I gotta get out. But I appreciate you having me on. Hopefully, I can come on after the fight. You know, it's going to be a big one. I'm excited, and I appreciate you guys having me on. It was an honor to be on with all of you.
Oh man, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys get back to me after the fight. I'll definitely come on when you do it.
We appreciate you, man. Thank
All
you.
right.
All right, have a good one.
Thank you, Gil.
brother.
Yep.
Yeah, another fight I would like to see, like I said, Shakur Stevenson versus Javante. That's another good one. We got a lot of good talent out there right now. And of course, think about it like this, guys. This is one thing you're not thinking about. Jaron Ennis is next up. He's the mandatory.
What are you talking about, Boots?
Boots,
Yeah.
and Boots can fight. Let me tell you something. Boots,
Boots
my
man.
guy,
Boots man.
my guy went out there and sparred with Boots for his last fight, named Eli Williams. Eli Williams is out of Newburgh. I'm telling you, the next guy that's coming up. Okay, there's a lot of these guys. Like I told Top Rank about Ortiz, this kid named Ortiz that I just stated his sign, Andre Ortiz. Right? Andre Ortiz beat. Let me tell you who he is. He beat Tiafimo in the amateurs, and this kid's undefeated. I think he's like 20-0 right now. And I told Top Rank about him a few times, and then finally they signed him. So that's their new fighter. He's next up and coming too. So there's a lot of good talent out there right now. I like Boots at welterweight, but like I said, Boots has been chasing Spence. He's not chasing Crawford.
Yeah, because he was scheduled to fight Crawford because he was his mandatory and he backed out. I don't know why he backed out, but
like I said, he like I said, see, fighters we know, we don't tell you that because we don't want to seem weak, but we know who's dangerous. You get what I'm saying? We know. Trust me. We're still human. Don't understand. We you know what I'm saying? We're still human. So at the end of the day, if we have to fight Spence or Crawford, we're going after Spence. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why the betting odds is Crawford is the favorite in Vegas. Think about it.
And I'm going to tell you something. And Kev, you know this is the truth. The odds makers don't get it wrong very often.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying they're 100% at all, but they don't get it wrong very often. That's for sure.
Right.
Yeah. But like I said, look, I look at it like this. To me, and I would put myself in a situation because I like this southpaw. That's why I would love to commentate this fight, because it's two southpaws. And I'm a southpaw. So at the end of the day, where do I see in this fight as far as Crawford being able to beat Spence? When Spence goes to the body, he's wide open. Okay? Yep. He's wide open. Yep. He goes to the body. Yep. It ain't like he does it secretly. Okay? Like he's going to hit you and you don't see it coming. And I see Bud blocking the body shot and countering inside because there's no way you could be offensive and defensive at the same time.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So being that said, and that's the thing. That's what the openers I see.
I don't think honestly, and that's a good analogy, Kev, but I just think that I don't think that Spence has a lot of power, and Bud coming up at 140, he's fought some some good fighters, but he hasn't had that equal country boy power in his face like that, and I think that he's really going to seriously have an issue because they're going to be like kind of like mirror imaging, and they both are switch hitters. They both can switch hit. They both are, tactical. But this is the thing about Spence. Spence likes to punish you. He wants to punish you and punish you and punish you.
You're gonna get punished right back.
And he
say the truth, right? Right. But to tell you the truth, let me tell you what I see.
It ain't like he's gonna be fighting himself, man.
That's right. But let me tell you what I see real quick.
Wait,
Ali, go ahead and finish, then I'll jump in.
Bob is right though. he is going to get punished back. But this is the thing. I don't think that Bud has ever took this kind of punishment. So
Huh?
I don't think that Bud Crawford has ever taken this kind of punishment. And this is the thing. And
Yeah,
it's
that's
deep.
exactly the case. He doesn't take that type of punishment. That's why he's
Exactly.
Bud.
Exactly. But let me say this real quick. Now, Crawford has been down twice,
Oh,
as we know, right? Crawford has
we're
been
gonna
down
have some
twice in his
fun.
career, and he came
Let's
back to
go.
win those fights. We haven't really seen Errol really get hurt yet, or to where
Oh,
he is
yes, we have.
against
I
who?
seen him get hurt.
Yeah,
Against who, brother? Against who?
against
He,
that car.
Danny Garcia.
Please
no,
don't say that. The
he,
car,
no,
Marvin.
no.
Really?
Actually, early in the Kell Brook fight, he had some problems,
Trepidation,
and
yeah.
even though they claiming it wasn't, oh, he dropped his mouthpiece, he had some problems with Ugas also. I'm
Right.
Yes, he
keeping it
did.
real about
Nah,
what it is.
he
He
dropped
did.
that mouthpiece,
Yes,
man.
he did. You know, it's
No.
like he lost his attention real quick, coach. It's like he was there and then he wasn't there.
Cause he
And
was
that's the
focusing on his
problem.
teeth. See, the whole thing is he got new teeth, and that happened in the car wreck when he put new teeth in. So you can't win a fight thinking about your teeth.
No, he had
Honestly, he
implants,
said
man.
that.
Them implants don't fall out like that.
Well,
He
he
had
thought they did.
implants, man.
He thought Ugas knocked him out. That's what he thought. That was his words. Those wasn't my
Right.
words.
He
Those
said
are his words.
exactly. That's
That's
exactly
like it.
what he said. He said he thought
Yeah.
he had lost his implants.
Yes,
Oh,
he
come
said
on,
that.
man. Them
They were
implants
brand new. They were brand new.
Exactly. It
No,
was the whole
Marvin.
situation
No,
again, like with
Marvin.
Franchon Cruz in the ring
No,
when her
Marvin.
coach, threw her wig off, right? Was it kind of like that situation?
Yeah, you got to
No,
do it sometimes.
no.
No, the
No,
wig she like didn't. She threw it away like she didn't need it.
y'all
But he
crazy.
looked at his teeth like he needed them. So that's the difference. That's a big
What we,
difference.
what we
Listen,
going to tell the bro? Say, hold it, man. Let me get my teeth done, man.
no, they wasn't. Listen, let's get it straight, y'all. They were veneers. They wasn't implants. They
No,
were
no,
veneers.
his teeth got knocked
Temporary.
out when he had that accident, man. He got
Yeah.
implants.
No, but I'm talking
When he
about
had
they.
that accident,
Yeah,
his teeth got
yeah.
knocked out.
You're right, absolutely. But what he had in his mouth at that particular time, he had 2 week fresh veneers. They were still
No,
doing.
man.
Yes, he
No,
No,
did.
no. I
no.
heard he went. I heard he went to Clear Choice, and he got them real joints.
Hey, y'all, man, y'all terrible. I don't know what to do with y'all, man. Y'all terrible.
And listen. I know that he shouldn't have even been looking for them Clear Choice pieces because they are like in your gums. I know for a
Yeah,
fact. I had that done for my mother. They are in there.
yeah.
You could bite
So,
concrete and they not going anywhere.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm saying,
the
so
ones that
he
drill.
got hit that hard, man. Them damn things came out.
Look, man, listen. Okay, listen. Y'all funny as hell tonight. This is the thing. Well, I got to defend Spence. I can't believe this. Okay, look. Uh, he really had dental issues up leading to that. I mean, like, honest to God, real dental issues. It wasn't a thing where he had the ones that was drilled into his gums at that point. So, you know,
How was
he
he
had,
fighting then?
he had veneers in there.
No, man. You got,
Yes,
look,
he did, Mom.
veneers are put on teeth that you have. He didn't have no teeth, man.
That's the thing. He had false teeth, right? They were made from veneer. Veneer is what they
No,
were
no,
made
no, 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 no,
Hey
man.
Marvin,
Only on the
Why are
Troy
you
Graham
trying to make
experience,
him get
ladies
this
and
man
gentlemen.
in
Only on the
teeth,
Troy.
man?
hey Marvin, I'm gonna take a. Hey Marvin, I'm gonna say I'm gonna ask Spence just for you, right? Just send the X-rays of his mouth over, because
Yeah, and
you
you
don't
gonna see them
want
steel wires in them.
man.
Honestly, he had a fresh set of George Foreman's in there because George Foreman got his teeth done too, so he had a fresh
Yeah,
set of Foreman's in
yeah.
his mouth.
I think he called George, man. Actually, who did it? You know?
It was a Ferrari emblem or a Lamborghini emblem somewhere around. Y'all ain't right, man.
Oh, he had the
Y'all,
Ferrari implants. Hey, listen, I
yeah,
heard them suckers. They are fast.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. And they fell out. They the damn mouthpiece fell off fast too. But the thing is,
Oh,
this is a
man.
great. just the crazy thing. He said 4 to 5 fights. He said 4 to 5 fights previous. He was having that same problem, and he was, and his
No,
honestly,
no, 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 no. The accident, when he
yeah.
had that accident,
Have you had an
right?
accident?
That's when all
Yeah.
that happened.
Danny Garcia.
You know?
Every fight after Danny Garcia, he said he was having that same problem with he thought his damn teeth was coming out.
Oh well, tomorrow he gonna really have some issues.
I think they're gonna have a dentist in his corner, man.
But you think they not?
Hold
Damn right
on,
they are.
hold on. Where my teeth? Where my teeth?
They
Yeah,
gonna
man.
have, they gonna have they damn right they gonna have Dr. Smile
They're gonna be
on
working on him in the corner, right? You know,
hey,
they're gonna give him an extra minute.
extra minute. So hey mom, they gonna let two people in the ring.
No, it's gonna be a record, right? Because they're gonna have 4 people in the corner, right? They're gonna have a cut man and a
Man,
dentist.
and a dentist. So
That's the
they gonna have a third. They gonna have a third in there.
They're
that's
gonna have a cut
But
man and
we
a
man.
also
That's
dentist.
the
forget,
pit man.
we're not talking about is the Isaac Cruz fight. Now, Isaac Cruz is a very, very dangerous man himself.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we got a pretty good, decent undercard.
No, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that, Kev. I think it's only 2 good fights on this card, and that's where I stop at because
Cruz.
I mean the first fight, forget about it. And Donaire, and I love him. I mean, but 40. Come on now, let's be real
Yeah,
about
he's in there about 52, something like that.
That's right. He is fighting. He's fighting to break his record, right?
it. Yeah, right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah. The
And
age record.
my thing is like this: everybody's not Bernard Hopkins.
Right.
Everybody's not Bernard. So I mean, this is a little too much now.
You know what's funny about Bernard? When I talk to Bernard sometime, right? There's one thing that I know that Bernard hates. And I just joke with him about it, right? Bernard's first debut, he entered light heavyweight when he turned professional. The guy that beat him was a Golden Glove guy from New York City named Clinton Mitchell.
Yeah, that
right?
was my kid.
Yeah, Clinton was my man, right? So we were amateur together. And they found out he was diabetic and they wouldn't let him box no more. Right.
They blew us up. Yep.
Yeah. So I was there when one time he had the attack when it was amateurs. But he turned pro and let them know that he was diabetic. So he used to go through these issues, but he was a good fighter. He was tired and defeated. But the one thing he could say is that I beat Bernard Hopkins.
Right.
That's his claim to fame, you know what I'm saying? You know, and he did. In Bernard's first pro fight, he fought Clinton Mitchell and got beat.
Yes, he did. That's for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I always tease him, just messing with him. I say, yo, Bernard, you know my man Clinton Mitchell called me today, you know what I'm saying? So Clinton, you know, he was a New York dude. We fought in Scandinavia together. He's from New York. And we fought in Scandinavia. Yeah, Scandinavia and different places. You know, so he was a decent boxer. I don't know how he did as a pro, but he was a decent boxer. You know,
they never allowed him. We tried our best to box in New York, and for whatever reason, the commission was giving him hell and high water about being diabetic. I was like, you know, this is almost like a real case of like medical malpractice, because this kid, it discrimination also because he had issue with diabetes, but he was still fighting and he was a good fighter. He never got the chance to be a great fighter because they stopped him.
Yeah.
Right.
I got a question for y'all. You know, how does someone fight, with an eye issue? How does someone fight with a heart murmur like Simon Brown did, but you can't fight if you have diabetes? That doesn't seem to make sense to me.
Like
it
Mama
doesn't make any sense.
like Mama just said, that's discrimination. As long as you can fight and you can perform at a high level, then you should be able, to do your job.
I'm saying once you pass the physical, then you should be able to compete.
Yeah, well, think of it like this. He did it as an amateur. As an amateur, he did it. He got away with it as an amateur. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was on the New York team with me, Riddick Bowe. He was on the team with Tracy Patterson, Julius Jones.
Exactly.
He used to qualify. He used to fight in the Eastern Regionals and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Went to the Nationals together. He was a good fighter, like I said, and he did his part. It wasn't like he asked for any favors. And the bottom line was they won't let him do it. because he was diabetic. But you know, we didn't say nothing. He was
That doesn't make
diabetic.
any sense. That don't make any sense. You have fighters out here who constantly break their hands and they still allowed to fight. You take Wilder, he has some middle in his hand, and he's still allowed to fight.
That was one of your kids, Coach. Coach, that was one of your kids.
Yeah, when he finished with the Golden Gloves, we all were over there at Howard Houses, and Kev could tell you, even though Howard Houses was the littlest gym on the planet, wasn't it, Kev? It was small. Listen, they didn't even have 4 walls to it. It was three walls, right? And then there was one wall that was the actual last part of the ring, and they had a big giant like mattress on it, because if you hit the wall there, somebody hit you with a shot, it'd have killed you because you hit the concrete wall. So, but they had so many quality fighters come out of there that it wasn't funny, and everybody knew that we used to call him Crybaby because he was always crying about getting in the ring to spar. He was, I want to spar. Come on, man. Nobody wants to spar. All the time. So Clint, when he won the gloves and the time came up to go pro, I said, well, I wonder if the doctor's going to give him a problem about that. But then I said, you know what? It's not that situation. I mean, he's diabetic, but he takes his insulin. He performs well. It should be no problem. He fought 3 times, and then they came down on him like a stack of bricks.
This
He
in
must
New
have
York,
trust
right?
somebody, man. He must
Yeah,
have trust somebody for that to happen.
Troy beat me to
That
the
doesn't make sense. That doesn't make no sense. He was performing in the amateurs, and I mean, he was at the highest level. He was going to we were going to the ABFs. I mean, you know, he got rated in the country. He was fighting against all the best lightweights in the country.
That's right.
Light heavies.
It makes all the sense in the world, though.
And the bottom line is, how are you going to give him a problem when he's doing what he's supposed to be doing?
Exactly.
The New York boxing.
But listen, Ali, right? Ali asked a question about styles. Who do I see Spence close in style to Aaron Davis for some reason, like similar to Aaron Davis. Right?
You think so? No, I don't think he's like Aaron. Aaron Davis
similar.
And I think Aaron Davis was so kinetic. I mean, he did things so out of the norm that wasn't even funny. Spence is more basic and by the book on what he does. It's almost but Aaron Davis, Aaron was more fluid.
Yeah, true.
And he did more things.
First of all, he had Billy Giles training him, and Tumbler Davis. Tumbler Davis was Aaron Davis's father.
Right.
I knew both of them.
And Tumbler was a former fighter, right?
Right.
His father was. That's his father.
Yeah.
And what I see with Aaron Davis was, like I said, he was strong. He was strong, and like I said, the thing with Aaron Davis, very, very underrated. That's why I think that's where it falls in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Billy Giles was very good at teaching you movements. Remember, people don't realize this. Paula Malignaggi was created by Billy Giles.
Right.
Okay, you remember, you know where Billy Giles came from? You know where he came from?
Billy wasn't he over there in Manhattan at one point?
No. Billy Giles came from Camacho. He was training Camacho.
Right.
That was Camacho's trainer. So
right.
That's how good he is. He's a very, very good trainer because he's good on styles. He knows how to make guys' styles work for them, right? He's good at doing these skill techniques. I mean, he's very underrated these days. Like I said, Billy Giles, see, these trainers go very look. Just like my trainer, Phil Borgia, was very overlooked because he didn't want to train any other fighters. He trained Riddick Bowe, but he was amateur a little bit, Michael Bent. So he's got some names on him, and they like the way he trains. But the bottom line, he never really committed himself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to fight a trainer where my trainer was happy with just me. You know what I'm saying? He was too complacent. And I told him, I said, you need to get a few more fighters. And he trained with Julio Torre, who became a world champion, BO champion. So he trained a few fighters, and they liked the way he trained. They liked the instructions, but he never implemented himself. You know what I'm saying? You got to stick yourself out there for availability. You know what I'm saying? You got to do your part. And that's the thing. The hard part is you got great teachers. Phil's not a trainer. He's a teacher. When you see me performing, you're seeing what he taught me. You get what I'm saying? There's a difference between, it's like Rose over here, right? Rosé's a teacher. I know Rosé's a teacher because I could tell by the fighters and what they do and how they maneuver things. Just like when you're watching Ryan Garcia, you're saying, well, he ain't been trained. Okay, he ain't been taught.
He ain't been taught. Yes, exactly. He has not been taught.
There's trainers, there's teachers, and then there's motivators.
Right. Yep.
Okay. So understand the philosophy here. A teacher tells you what to do. Like Customano's a teacher. He's a straight teacher.
So Kev, so you saying Calvin Ford is a teacher? Is that what you're saying?
He's amazing. He showed. See, the thing is this: with the Garcia fight, they told Ryan Garcia what he does, and they were telling him that so that he can improve. Okay, they told him you're gonna throw the hook. Now the guy told me I'm gonna throw the hook. I'm throwing the uppercut. Why? Because you're expecting the hook. Okay. So what, I'm gonna challenge you that I'm not gonna throw the hook now? You know what I'm saying? So who am I doing? Who am I hurting? Me. So I'm not gonna throw the hook because he said I'm gonna throw the hook. No. I'm gonna throw the uppercut because think of the difference in the fight here. Devontae told him it's coming. So that means he trained to slip it.
Yep. And I was just about to mention the fact when I went to I was in Baltimore and I went and spent some time with Calvin. And let me tell you something. Where Calvin's gym is, it is rough. I thought Brownsville was rough. Hey, Kev, I thought Brownsville was rough. When I went over there to where his gym is, I was like, oh, man.
You should have came up on North Avenue. That's what my gym is, bro.
Marvin jumped out, but Coach Rozier, you know, I was going to tell you that Marvin's gym is about a half a mile down the street. And y'all think Calvin's a teacher.
Not even a mile.
Hold on a second, Kevin. Now you said that Calvin's a teacher, but that's actually Calvin's teacher right there.
Calvin's teacher right there.
No, when you got a teacher tells you, this is the difference.
Kev,
when you throw a jab, okay? There's different ways to throw a jab. And there's certain ways you got to throw the jab. Just like throw a hook, throw an uppercut. And you got to have a variety of things you need, okay? Now, it's like Rosé here, right? He's on panel. Okay, there's ways to beat guys. And you have to be trained in that style to beat them. Now, this is what I always said to myself. If styles win fights, then why do trainers or teachers tell you what punch to throw? Okay? If style wins fights, this is what I'm going to divulge a little information today, okay? Phil taught me style. What I mean is this. I have a little bit of Sugar Ray, right? If I say I got to fight a guy, I got to move. I got to stick and move and be fast and quick. He's going to give me a situation, right? A situation with stick, move, right? So I understand Sugar Ray. Hagler, a little bit of Hagler, Luke, Sugar Shea Mosley, a little bit of everybody, Wayne McCullough. So I picked little styles because I might need a certain style to win a certain fight. So I always said to myself, so why do trainers train you to throw certain punches? But the thing is, they should teach you the style.
Okay, but listen, this is my thing. What I'm trying to explain to both of you guys, other than Troy, Marvin McDowell, he is the one who taught Calvin Ford what he knows, Kenny Ellis, and also this is where Gervonta Tank Davis started at with this man right here. So you're talking to the person who taught Calvin. You're talking to the person who started with Iceman Hawkins, but started with Tank Davis, Franchon Cruz. I can keep on going and going and going. Marvin McDowell taught all these guys, not to say these guys aren't good, but 1901 Pennsylvania Avenue is the hood. But if you'd have came to 1217 West North Avenue, you'd have been like, "Oh my Lord!"
You would have been in the heart of it. Yeah, you would have been the heart of it. You would have been the heart of where those riots were, Coach.
I was like, I got one hammer. I needed 3 hammers.
Nah, you was all right around there. As long as you was with Calvin, you was all right. You came down the street. It was good. You would have came down the street to Marvin's gym. You would have been in the heart of the riots.
North Avenue too, man.
Yeah, you been good.
You know, Coach Rozier, you know, during the time of the riots they had in Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
Marvin's gym didn't get touched, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, you could talk to him off here about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
I'm gonna have to let you guys go. I enjoyed talking to you. I'm
All
gonna say
right.
to my son, I got him. He can play football tomorrow. He's on 10U. They won the state championship last year, so he's on a new team called the Wolverines.
Oh,
And he's
nice,
doing pretty good.
nice.
He's in football, you know, so it's a good thing to watch.
I tell you
Okay.
what, brother, man. You know you always welcome. You're
Well,
always
thank you,
welcome,
man. I
man.
appreciate having me. And like I said,
You're welcome, Kev.
if I gotta go with somebody, I've been wrong most of the time on picks, so I don't
Mhm.
mind. I picked Crawford. I think it's true. It's still true. Crawford, I think, wins by decision.
Hey,
Okay.
Kev.
I tell you what, Kev, you're always welcome. But you know what I always say to you? You got to pass the mic, Kevin. You got to pass the mic.
Hey, Kev.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Kev, you gonna be in the fight? You gonna be in the fight?
No, I'm not going to the fight.
Okay.
But and the only way I go to fights like that if I'm commentating. Why?
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, go to fight for what? I'm not gonna see all the angles, right? Even if I sit on the ringside, it's when people pull you left and right. So it's more. I like going to the fights if I'm commentating. I got so used to it. I'm kind of spoiled at it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm commentating, I'm on deck. I'll do it ringside. Let's go. And I think that's what should happen.
Remember a fighter named Mojo Muhammad Jones, because hey, you might be commentating him one day real soon.
Uh-oh.
All right. Let me get it. No problem.
That sounds like a plan.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Kev. You know the deal, man.
All right. Later, guys.
Brother Kevin.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Kev was talking about when he spoke to Bernard. You want to see two guys that want to keep the spirit of the conversation alive? That's Kevin and Bernard.
Well, I
would love to get them both on here, man. That would be
man,
interesting.
Bernard ain't coming on nothing that I'm on, because Bernard is still asking. He's trying to find out. I'm trying to find out what did he eat that night when he left Ryan on the podium, because Bernard and Golden Boy they were having damn dinner reservations. Wow, you left your man up there.
I know.
Right? Am I lying, Coach?
Oh, that was. I don't get that one, to tell you the truth. And you know, B and I are real good friends, but I don't understand what was going. I mean, I know Oscar crazy as 9 firecrackers as it is, but some things you just don't do. And then he's wondering why the kid don't want to be a part of Golden Boy anymore.
He left him.
I actually heard that Bernard was in his locker room. You know, Oscar wasn't there, but Bernard was in his locker room after the fight. He was there in his locker room.
Hey, Marvin, guess why they left, Marvin?
Yeah.
They said because they was getting threats all week from
Man,
I know it's bull, but I gotta tell you what he said. They said that they were getting threats all week from Team Davis. So this is my thing. Why was you at the press conference? If that was the case, I didn't see a whole bunch of security around neither one of them. But guess
Not
what?
at all.
I seen both.
Security.
Yeah, but I seen both of them leave the fight early.
No. He was in his locker room after the fight. That's what I heard about
Yeah,
Bernard.
he just didn't go to the press conference.
No. I said I seen him leave the fight. Meaning I seen him leave the actual venue. The actual venue. He was in the back, absolutely. But then he went to a dinner meeting. They had a dinner arrangement that was already prearranged. Like they knew exactly when the fight was going to end or something. Like, how you going to have a dinner at like 12? You don't know if the fight's going to be 12 rounds, 1 round, 3 rounds. So why you going to?
They was hungry, man. They had to eat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, they ate all right, because they ate Ryan all the way over to the PBC. I'm just saying.
You feel good about that? Y'all feel good about that?
I think he needs the right coach, the right trainer, and he can do. He'll learn.
Well,
of course.
I'm saying, if BBC got a great Instagram channel, it'd be real good.
Anyway, like I was saying, right? See,
Ryan Instagram champ, man. Come on, man.
He is the Instagram champ. You're right, and it's ridiculous.
Tell you what, real quick, before we jump off here, we got two great coaches. So Marvin, you got Crawford, Coach Rozier. You got Spence. What's your fight plan? Starting with Coach Rozier, and then we finish up with Marvin.
Oh well, we can't even start like that because me and Coach got the same guy.
Yeah.
No. You know, you got Spence this time, and he got
Why you gonna
Crawford.
give
So,
me the
yeah.
loser?
Hey,
He's not
man.
a loser. He's not a loser. Okay.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna put the hypotheticals into place.
Thank you. You're bashing.
I'm gonna put the
He has
hypothetical.
feelings.
Okay,
He has feelings.
I'm gonna have to have Spence utilize more kinetic movement than he's ever used in his life.
And he don't have kinetic movement.
See, Coach, I can't even go. That's like I can't even put the line together right now.
Oh my God.
Tell the lie, brother.
So, and he's going to have to completely maneuver around Crawford's ambidextrous capabilities.
And how can he do that? Not fight him?
Okay. Hey Troy. Let me cut in. So Marvin, if you had Spence and
I wouldn't fight him.
oh my God. Oh my God.
You can't win tonight, brother. You can't win.
I see.
That's the voice of experience.
I throw the towel in right now. The towel has been thrown in. I am done.
Brother Ali.
Yeah.
Brother Ali, you know, did you see The Wiz?
Yeah, I seen him.
Okay, yeah. You saw that scene with you know, Michael as a scarecrow, and he was up there on the cross talking about "You can't win, child."
Yeah. Man.
You know what? When this fight is over, I'm gonna use that as the background music for the video.
Y'all just
you can do this, man. I do believe in spooks. I do believe in spooks. I do believe in spooks.
Well, the music to this one is going to be, it's going to be actually, I shot the sheriff, because that's what Spencer's going to do.
No, but listen.
But it also said
I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy. And Crawford is the deputy.
That's right.
No, the sheriff is Crawford, and his trainer is the deputy. So he's going to leave Bomac alone, okay? And he's going to shoot the sheriff, but he's not going to shoot Bomac, because Bomac is going to make some banging ass Kool-Aid. I'm just saying.
What is this guy talking about, man? What is he talking about?
What he's talking about.
What are you talking about?
I gotta say something, because y'all going all against Spence, man. And
We gotta look at it this way, y'all. No, we gotta look at it this way. One's a big fish, and one's a country boy that fishes.
That's right.
So you know, hey.
Yeah.
And the big fish, like Crawford said, he got his fillet knife. He gonna fillet him up.
Yeah.
He got Captain first. Right?
Hey, but see, the thing of it is, right, is that I really can't see all this hype on this fight, because style makes fights, and Crawford got the style to beat him.
Crawford is a slick fighter.
I tell you what, we'll find out in a few hours, man. We'll
find
out.
Right.
If the fight starts at what time tomorrow? You know, what time do the fight start tomorrow?
Man, probably be on about 11:30.
O'clock. Yeah, about
11 o'clock is the first fight?
No, they starting the fight at 8.
Okay. The main event is probably
going to be on at 11.
Yeah, about 12 o'clock we probably see him fight.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah.
That's because they're fighting over there in Vegas, so it's really nine over there. Okay.
They were complaining a lot about the time factors. Like, we here on the East Coast, we had to wait because they would start a little bit later, and then we end up having to watch it at 12 o'clock. And quiet was kept. A lot of people were upset because they were falling asleep at that time. They were like, I spent $75 and I couldn't keep my eyes open enough to see the main event.
That's why Floyd's fight always came on early, because, you know, everybody be asleep by the time he start fighting. And if they're not asleep, you know, he usually put them to sleep. Go ahead, Brother Ali. I know you want to jump in because I could say your man was boring. Go ahead.
Team Mojo.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
I just expect a good fight tomorrow, man. I see somebody touching the canvas. I see somebody getting hurt, and I hope it don't go to a decision because I don't believe Crawford is going to get a fair shake if it go to a
Yeah, but
decision.
I'm saying it's not going to go no more than 9 rounds.
Mm, mm, mm.
No
Well,
more than 9.
well, yeah. Well, hopefully, Spence got the right mouthpiece in, for his veneers, and we won't have that problem like we did in his last fight.
He better have.
Yeah, for real.
I don't know why he didn't get his mold done at Clear Choice like he did his teeth. That would have
Yeah,
been
for
perfect.
real. Yeah.
So yeah, we got a fighter named Mojo Muhammad. He's 5 wins, no losses, 3 knockouts, and we're worried about him, and we're concentrating on his career. So everybody else is kind of irrelevant right now. So that's what we're doing. I believe we fight October 14th. Yeah. So everybody,
It's going to be
Mojo.
Maryland Live Casino, right?
Yes, it absolutely is going down Maryland Casino October 14th. Amir
Okay.
Mojo Muhammad is going for his 6th victory and his
Yeah.
4th knockout. He just fought a rough and tough competitor from Pennsylvania,
Name
and
that sword.
yeah, Mansoura, and he had a really big head, like literally, and um,
And he hurt his
Mojo.
hand on that big head.
Yeah, he hurt his hand, and Mojo said he hit him in his nuts with his head. I'm like, okay, how that
What?
happen? I don't. Yeah, he
Pause.
said
Pause.
no. I promise you. Mojo said that when they were in the ring, okay, the dude ended up some kind of way on some kind of break or something. He said the dude's head hit his nuts. Like, yeah,
That's
I
what Mojo
promise.
said?
I promise you. Yes, he
Well,
said his
let me
head hit
ask
his
you
nuts.
something. Is Mojo related to that character that Richard Pryor created?
Yeah,
Let
let
Mojo
Mojo
handle
handle
it.
it.
Oh yeah. Hey, 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 coach, this is, over top of me, right? That's Mojo's head coach and trainer, and I'm Mojo's head cut man. So, we're both on the same
Let
team.
Mojo handle it.
Let Mojo handle it.
I
Yeah,
tell
we
you
remember.
what, Coach Andre, right? I think when Marvin first started training Mojo, he was a shy little kid. Nowadays, he wouldn't even shake your hand hard. He wouldn't look you in the eye. Now he looks you directly in the eye, and the boy's strong as hell now.
Oh, nice. What weight class is he boxing?
140,
140.
Oh, okay. All right now.
and he chiseled,
Yeah, he
man.
is. He cut like hell.
And how old is he?
He just
23.
turned 24 today.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. All
24
right.
today. That's right. His birthday is today.
Oh, that's a young man right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he comes from a boxing family because his auntie was what Marvin, the first female to open up the
On the
boxing gym.
boxing gym. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All
And
right.
First female in Maryland, on the boxing gym.
I thought she was the first overall, Marvin.
No, first female in Maryland
Okay.
on the boxing gym. There's a
and
lot of people all over the country got gyms, man.
and Coach Rosie and Coach Marvin, he has the Joe Gans Award, and which is
I know those it.
okay. Well, I got to let the public know, man. It's not just 4 of us on here.
No.
So he has the
Those
Joe
there, you
Gans
remember me,
Award.
right?
I know, but Coach Rozier heard me talk about Marvin before. Now you got
Oh,
to
yeah, without a doubt. Listen, I heard Calvin when I came by there. I was with Calvin for about 3 hours, and we were just talking and talking and talking. I mean, just talking about everything. And of course, he had mentioned your name several times. Several times.
Yeah,
And,
they're good friends, man.
So here's how I'm gonna get you to remember me. I had that girl Franchon Cruz.
Yes.
Yeah, and we used to meet up all the time at the USA Nationals in Colorado.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And see, people don't know. These are some of the things I say where trainers don't get the wherewithal that they should, because Marvin he's from the cradle to the crown trainer. You know what that means? That means you done took a kid from the first steps all the way to where the world titles are, from the cradle to the crown. And a lot of people come in and they say, "Oh, I'm a trainer." And I always say this. I say I disrespect no trainer on this planet. But you tell me how many times you've taken a kid from the very first day they walk in that gym where they stumbling and you make them capable of winning a world title, and I will give you the credit for it.
Right.
That's
Right.
true.
Now anybody with half a decent mind could take a kid that Marvin trained, and if he was going on to something special, all he had to do is give him some water and say, "Let's go," and it's going to go. That's the truth. Like, you'd be surprised how many trainers get over like fat rats like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's a whole lot of them.
It's a whole lot of them.
And we know one of them too.
Oranges or apples.
Exactly. That's right. That's right.
And the thing about Coach Marvin is this, man. You know, like he really deserves his flowers because he works with the children of Baltimore City, and he really shows them a love that they need, not a love that they want, a love that they need to see. He's not the like bushy and bubbly kind of guy. He's the kind of guy where he's going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, and he's going to show you the love that you need to see, real love.
Yeah, but see, here's one thing too, is that we got to get in these boxers, man. These boxers got to start giving back, man.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Man. You know, because you can't keep going forward if you don't get back. And these kids are benefiting off the fans and everything. And there's kids coming up, you know. And see, a lot of time when these guys win these titles, man, when they come back home, man, they should build up the boxing gyms in their areas, man. You know, give them new equipment, you know, have some photo ops and stuff, man. They should really encourage these kids because that's how you can develop another champ, man.
I agree. I agree.
And
I agree 100%.
And before you say that, Troy, Coach also Lorenzo Truck Simpson was sparring Marvin. Well, not Marvin. I'm sorry. Sparring shit. Where my mind go? He was sparring Calvin Ford. The 14th was the day before our fight. Our fight was on the 15th of July, so it was the 14th of July, and he was sparring Lorenzo Chuck Simpson. He sparred him for 6 rounds, and you know, because he's fighting Bullet, which is the trainer of Broly.
They got in the piece, man. They challenged each other.
Each other.
You coming down there, Rozier?
Well, you know, I was supposed to be the celebrity referee, but what I heard was the commission. It was supposed to be an exhibition. Then they said, "Oh, we're gonna try to amp it up a little bit more." But for some reason, I think the commission said that they're not going to allow it because of Calvin's age and everything else. Right. So I don't think it's happening. But the last thing, it was supposed to be next week on the 5th.
Yeah, it is going to happen though.
Yeah. Well, that's. I thought they was going as masters and amateurs.
Right. But then I think they wanted to try to take it up a notch and like
a pro fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
So you saying that you don't think it's going to happen?
No. Well, that's what Lauren told me that today.
Well, everything's supposed to go to charity, and I haven't heard nothing from Marvin about it not happening. But you said you talked to him today?
Yeah, I spoke to Lauren today, and because I called him to find out what exactly was going on. He said, "Nah, Brother Dre, I don't think it's gonna go down. It's like 99%. It's not going to happen. Well, at least not on that particular day. They might have to work on putting it back because they got to really put it together the right way."
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's what he told me.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him when we get off the phone.
So what I'm feeling that somebody is not ready.
That could definitely be it too.
Yeah, yeah,
That's for
yeah.
sure. That's for sure. Because I was coming, I was getting ready, man. I was going to put my little bow tie on,
Uh,
get out my Adidas boots, and
yeah,
walk that ring. and,
Yeah.
and I'd have been taking points from both of them all night long,
And you know what? And
you
that's
can
funny. You
fall
know what's
all
funny,
over the
Coach?
place. You
Now,
know,
all over the place.
yeah, you probably had to guide him. Look, you got to hit him right here. Look, right there. No,
Marvin
you
crazy.
had to be a referee coach.
Hey, yeah. Hey, that is funny. I would like to see that. But they got Mia. They got a couple. Yeah, Mia Kilby Ellis on that card. They got just today. I just
Oh, the boy
Bernard Act.
Dimes. You know Dimes, don't you? Dominic
Yeah,
Crowder.
Crowder's on there. Yeah, Crowder's on there.
Okay,
Also,
you know Crowder.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's the main event, right? Yeah,
uh, is Crowder the main event or is
yeah.
um
Crowder's the main event.
that's a good thing because
Yeah.
I thought that Hackett was the main event.
No. Crowder fighting. I think he's fighting 10 rounds, man.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
that's a good event right there.
Yeah, I think it's his first 10 rounds.
Mm.
Well, anyway, Bullet and Marvin, they wanted to make a coaches league to where coaches challenge coaches. That was their intent, from what I understand.
And I told him, I said, you know what, it'd have been a good idea, but it's tough to get coaches to participate because it's hard enough training the kids. Then you have to have time to work yourself up into shape to be ready
Yeah,
for it.
yeah, but then too, like if you never experienced that,
That's even
it's gonna
worse.
be hard. It's gonna be even hard.
You'd be like, what the heck?
Yeah,
Ma-
yeah, talking
Marvin,
about boxing and actually doing it, man. It's a whole lot different, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're
I'm
absolutely right. I'm
dying.
gonna tell you a quick story real quick, y'all. And Marvin came in after the fact. So I haven't boxed in like 20 years. Then for some reason I challenged Marvin Jr. when he was a pro. That's Marvin's
Are you
son.
crazy?
And I got in there and nothing was working right. He hit me with everything he had, but he didn't really hurt me. He just
It
was
wasn't
showing me
working
up. He
right
hit me
before
with
you
stuff.
got in there, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, I couldn't get my stuff off like I used to. And then I told Marvin I sparred with him, and he said he
Man,
had the same reaction that Ali had. Are you crazy? I said, no. He said, first of
Little
all,
Marvin,
why are you letting
man.
you in the ring with your heart problem? Right? I said, I don't know, brother.
Little Marvin is
I just felt like
20
it.
years ago. You fought. Hold up, Troy. 20 years ago, you went and sparred Little Marvin.
No, it wasn't 20 years ago. It was about 2008, 20 or something like that. It was 2020, I think.
2020?
It was around that. It wasn't that far. It wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago.
3 years ago?
I don't know if it was
It
3
was
years, but this
more
when he
than
was
3
pro
years
though. This
ago.
when he was training as a pro.
Yeah, that was maybe
Okay.
about 7, 8 years ago.
Okay, yeah, it was about 7, 8 years. I don't know
Okay.
why I decided to jump in there when I haven't boxed in 20 years, man.
Oh my God. Little Marvin is. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, man. He had fun with me, but like I told him, you
Oh
caught me on
Lord, no!
anything.
He probably said, "Oh my God, wow."
Yeah.
Just be thankful that Little Marvin has a very good upbringing.
He didn't hold back on me, brother. He didn't hold back on me at all. I seen him rock back like Holyfield one time and catch me with that right hand. I'm like, okay, I don't belong in here with this kid. I don't even know why I stepped in, but that pride in me was like,
Hey,
I guess you're gonna have to
I
dust
don't
me off because I'm not,
I don't
Oh
know,
you know.
but
man!
coaches, I don't
Listen, we
know
trying
because
to keep you around, not get you out of here.
coach Troy, hey listen, Troy he fights Broncos like literal Broncos trucks. So yeah, he done fought a real O.J. Simpson Bronco truck. So yeah, I don't know.
I actually fell asleep in one of them and flipped 4 times. Thank you very much.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I gotta cut out, man. Time me go to
All
bed,
right. Well,
man.
I tell you what, brothers. Let me thank y'all for coming out because we've been on for 2 hours plus now. So I want to thank
Yeah.
everybody for coming out. Kevin
Uh,
Kelly, Marvin McDowell, Kevin Kelly. I meant to say Kelly Pavlik, Marvin McDowell, Kevin Kelly, Coach Andre Rozier, uh, our brother Ali, brother Major Key. You know, the three kings were here and they had their special guests. I want to thank y'all all for coming out, man. This is what I love doing. Just having a good old time talking boxing. Ain't nobody getting out of pocket. Ain't nobody getting in their feelings. Just a bunch of grown men talking about somebody
In
else's
there, I get it.
teeth. Talking about
yeah.
teeth when we talk about boxing. We ain't talking about practice. We talking about teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't talk about everything. We don't talk about we don't talk about everything, but everything. We didn't talk about everything. God damn. All right, so listen. Let's just end it with everybody's honest to God prediction for the main event, and we gonna take it from there. I'll start since I'm already talking.
Crawford, no more than 9 rounds.
See,
Crawford, no
see
more than 9.
that's what he does to me. See, no more than 9. I got it going the other way around. Spence, no more than 9, and so I got Spence winning. What about you, Troy?
Okay, well, to be honest with you, this is not Mikey Garcia. This is not you guys. This is Crawford he's fighting. So I'm gonna say somewhere around 9 or 10, like Marvin said, because Spence for some reason he's not as bad as Judah, but he does lose his attention as the fight goes on. Even though he's
Especially when
winning,
especially
he
when
does
his teeth
lose his
coming up.
attention. Yeah. So, and I just think that Crawford has more tools in the toolbox than him. Even though he's a smaller fighter, but I think he has more tools in the toolbox, and he knows where to hit you to hurt you. And Spence
I
hasn't
bet he
really
don't
knocked
got.
out any top welterweight in his whole career. He's never knocked out a
I,
top
I
welterweight.
bet I bet he ain't got no drill and dentist equipment in his tool bag, do he?
Yeah, he's gonna have him in the corner.
Yeah, but he got some Novocaine for when he hit him in them teeth, though. He got some Novocaine.
Man, I can't wait to. Oh my God, I'm okay. Y'all
Hey,
too much for me, man.
hey, listen, man. I'll send you the menu for that spot I told you about, but I might switch it up with you. There's a spot right in Brooklyn called, Sweet Home Jamaica, man.
Oh,
I don't know if you
wherever,
like, huh?
hey, wherever you want, brother.
Okay,
But
okay.
whatever you want, I'm gonna have me some crab cakes up in that piece. But
Okay, but they got
sweet.
fish there. I don't know about crab. They definitely got the Escovitch fish at the Sweet Home Jamaica, man. They got the
Oh yeah,
fish.
I can rock with that. I can rock
Yeah,
with
they
that.
got this the saltfish and aki, right?
Okay.
They got the curry chicken and the jerk chicken and the brown stewed chicken and all that. And then for you,
Mm-hmm.
right, right for you, they got the callaloo patty. The callaloo's like greens, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they got a chicken patty. They got a spicy beef patty. They got the
So
kale and
I,
callaloo patty, which
I
kale and
got,
spinach patty.
brother. I got so many friends up in the Park Heights
Mhm.
area, and I used to go up to Mama's and eat all the time, boy.
Where's that on Rogers? Is that on Rogers or no?
Mama's no, Mama's is on Park Heights. She passed away. It was on Park Heights in Belvedere, and
Okay, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I used to
yeah,
go to this spot
and
on Rogers, which is right across the street
yeah,
from
that was a good.
the
Yeah, yeah,
drugstore.
yeah, yeah. That's the other spot that everybody go to. And I like their curry chicken and
Hmm.
curry chicken and oxtails and I like the peas. I like the
Yeah,
peas in there
I
and
actually stopped going to Park Heights. I'm gonna tell you why for three reasons. Well, one,
Chambers one of them, but I'm just saying.
no, no,
Them
I was
four.
there with my grandmother. And it was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It was a shooting up the street, and it was a shooting down the street. And this was at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I went to buy lunch with myself, and my coworkers. Dude pulled out a gun on me at the gas station when I was getting in my car.
Oh yeah.
That was just the first time, and then I was there.
Mhm.
Then I was at my brother's girlfriend's house with him, and some dude
Mhm.
came in through the back door because he was getting chased by the brothers outside. And we literally
Mhm.
had to rough him up and throw him out and tell them brothers, we ain't got nothing to do with your business. It's 10 children in here. Please don't bring your nonsense in the house. Take him and go. We ain't see nothing. We ain't hear nothing. Okay.
Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah, because he ran up in the house, and them cats were about to run in the house too, because he owed them money.
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't go over there no more, man.
Yeah, Park Heights is a rough spot, man. It's like Park Heights is like in Baltimore. People don't realize that you got East Baltimore is like a whole different Baltimore. Like, and then you got Park Heights, which is a whole nother Baltimore. So
Mm-hmm.
you got like 3 or 4 Baltimores inside of Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know,
And then you have the Jewish side of Park Heights, which I used to go to the doctor over there, and
right.
I got stopped for no. Every time I went over there, the cops would harass me, man.
That's crazy. Right. Well, you got that's that division over there. That's that that's that south no that's northwest. That's the division all them crooked ones came out of.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. And I tell you what, before I jump off there, man, there was one time I was taking my grandmother to the doctor out there, right? And I thought I hit something, so I went to check my tire. I pulled off to the side to check my tire. I look up, it's 4 cops. One of them was by my passenger side by my grandmother, which really pissed me off. Then the other
right.
three were by me. And I'm saying to them, what are y'all doing, man? I got my grandmother in the car. Why are you even over there? That's what pissed me off, man. I had to calm myself down because they would have shot me, Ali. You know,
That's crazy.
I, I didn't like that. Why were they over there with my grandmother? Why? My
I
grandmother
get
was
it.
80 plus years old. I mean, why were you over there talking to her? Why? Talk to me. You don't talk to her.
Right.
Yeah, it still
Yeah.
pisses me off to this day.
Yeah. I see your facial expression.
Yeah,
That's an angry moment in time for you, bro.
yeah.
I mean, hey,
Yeah.
man, hey, justifiably. Justifiably, man. It's like
Mhm.
they had no reason to be talking to your grandmother about nothing.
No,
Like
she was
not
in the
one
car.
damn thing. Like
She was an
I
old
mean, like,
lady in the car.
man, look, Fall Guys, man, police are so corrupt. It's fucking
Mm-hmm.
crazy. That's most of the gun task force police and all of them. They came up out of there. It was it's a they had last name Glover Bricker German and there's a couple of them, and they would just ride around harassing motherfuckers, man. Just, I mean, like just for no reason at all, man. I'm talking about Brick, like like these motherfuckers, like Glove and Lang. One name was Glove and one name was Lang, and they just fuck with people, man, just to fuck with you. Like, my cousin, my cousin we and him they got stopped, and his last name is Horsey. And he gave him his license. He said, "Oh, you Horsey." Like you shouldn't playing about somebody's name. You're trying to get a reaction from somebody so you can like hide behind your badge. But what they don't know is there's people out in these streets that don't give two fucks about that badge, and especially this younger generation, they really don't care. But they don't care about life in general. So Fall Guys is kind of like now it's kind of like Cabrini Green projects, and they had to knock it down in Chicago because 911 wouldn't even go in there, literally. So when you got that, me, bro. When you got that, it's dangerous, man. And then you got the mayor of Baltimore, right? Which Scott, right? He is from that area, and he tells the story of him getting robbed and all of this, right? Hey, won't he do something for the city and get a commissioner? You can't get a commissioner in Baltimore City to say you like every commissioner leaves or crooked or something. Like, think about it. That's for a reason. The system is broken in
They
Baltimore
actually
City.
have one good commissioner who was the brother who came after Ed Norris. Ed Norris said that he actually trained him and he was a good cop, but they didn't keep him. They claim he slapped his girlfriend, but she was right there standing by his side. Cause
No,
he,
they got rid of him, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
because you know what? He had a task force. I had a friend from New York who was on his task force, and they were checking. They were checking at the time. They had, MySpace, and that's how they were catching a lot of these dummies on MySpace, right? They were checking Facebook posts and all that. They used to catch people because people were stupid. They were posting what they were doing on Facebook,
they
posting what they
still
were
do.
doing on
They
MySpace.
still do.
Yeah, because they're
like like
stupid.
like 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 the stop snitching, right? That whole thing back then, the DVD had, and they had the young brothers out there throwing up money and all this, and like all this money they throwing up, they showing all these Rolexes and all these diamonds, guns, You're showing this on a DVD, mind you, and you're telling people what you do for a living and all that. So stop snitching actually was a reverse of stop snitching on your damn self because that's what you end up doing. And it's crazy. I mean, like my younger years, before I found hip hop, well, I always had hip hop, from day one, but before I found hip hop as my love, the streets was there, and and I had one foot in, one foot out. But man, the thing about it is, I'm blessed, man, because I've been shot, I've been stabbed multiple times, things of that nature, and I'm still here. And if maybe somebody needs to hear this, this is a testament that the streets of Baltimore are one of the worst places in the world. You can compare it to modern day Iraq, and I survived that particular place, and then I go back to that place daily to give back. Do you understand? So that means that I wasn't a victim. You understand? Don't become a victim of your surroundings. You can become great in your surroundings because the surroundings are just something that surrounds you. But in the middle of that is going to be always be you, and you make your own decisions. God is always on your side, and when you stand up to the bully is going to back down.
In
So
most cases, yeah.
in most cases it happens. See, like in Pioneer City growing up, it was a guy. We had Mr. Troy and Andre's father, and if it was a fight, right, in the neighborhood, he would bring out the boxing gloves. It was a little wooded off area, and you would box, and to y'all was good, and that was it. Andre McNeil, Troy McNeil's father, um, and shout out to them two brothers, and
Saved a
and it
lot of
was,
lives.
yeah, he saved a lot of lives, man, because he put people in like, man, like brothers like Jamie Dorsey, brothers like Cricket, brothers like I don't know, Juggy, brother Juggy, and all the OGs back then. They all been there. Shakan and Ernest Fowler, Ernest. I mean, shit. People uh, uh, um, like Victonio, my cousin Spencer, rest in peace. People like Gary Nelson, Gary Singley, people, just everybody from Pioneer City in general. You know who you are. I don't got to say all of your names, but David, rest in peace, David Jones, rest in peace, my man Bernard, the Butter Knife Bandit. I mean, rest in peace, Dante Dawkins. I mean, I can keep going on. Rest in peace, Seneca.
That name
So
sounds familiar. Now, Ali, did you know a brother named Sean Dobson? That name
the,
sound familiar?
yes, of course. Well, yeah,
You
come
knew
on,
Sean?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was my boy.
We
He's
talking
not
about
here anymore, but
back in the day. We talking about back in the day. We talking
yeah,
about
he's
the
not
same.
here anymore.
We
But
talking
yeah,
about the
that
same
was my boy.
young brother that
Yeah,
got his shoes. That brother,
I didn't hear you, brother.
the young brother that got his shoes taken,
Shoes.
and
I
it's
don't know
like
about the
chicken.
shoes, but I tell you what, he used to hang with another brother, David Wilson, and
David Wilson, that's my man, Bo David. Yeah,
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 David
it's
who works. Yeah, he's a nurse and all that now. So yeah.
yeah, and I'm proud of him because me and David
Okay.
was friends, man. Growing up, and he had all the He-Man. I had the He-Man. We would trade and stuff. David Wilson, that was my guy. Tyrone
Yeah,
Jones,
okay. Yeah. I think I knew them too through Sean, but Sean
Sean
was
got
with.
killed.
Yeah, man, I didn't know about that because we were close. We were close. He used to stay at my house and all that. I knew his people. And
You
what
talking about light
happened
skin
was,
Sean, right?
huh?
Light skin Sean.
Brown skin Sean, brown skin. He was brown skin. He wasn't.
Let me make sure I'm talking about the same person. Yeah, did he get did they find his body before me?
No. He was
Okay,
drowned. He was drowned by some people.
okay,
Yeah.
this is another one then. I'm sorry.
But he's friends with David though. He came up with the David that you're mentioning. You know, the
Yeah,
dread. David who has the dreads now, who works at
yeah,
Shot.
now. Yeah, he has a little baby, and yeah, yeah,
Right. You know,
yeah.
David
That's
and
my
him was
man.
close, was real close. But what happened was one night he called me. I didn't even recognize him on the phone. He's like, "Look, man, I need your help. Need you to get me to the hospital." And I said, "What happened?" He said, "Okay, well, look, you're just gonna have to trust me." So I went to pick him up. And you remember Martin when after he fought Tommy Hearns, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's how bad Shaw looked. He was out there selling talcum powder to people, man.
Oh my God.
And some dudes caught him and bossed him up. And he was like, "Look, you know, you got to get out of here fast because I don't know if they're gonna come back." Because he was hiding in the bushes.
Right.
They
Sean,
actually
Sean,
left him for dead. They actually left him for dead in the
Sean
bushes,
Johnson.
man.
Hold on, I'm trying to think. If David knows him, I got to know him.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
sure you know him, man. I'm sure you know Dobson.
I got
He was
to
always
know him.
making jokes and carrying on and stuff. Yeah, Sean. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get David to tell me, like David and like Lee Cox. The
That
whole,
name sounds familiar, brother. Lee.
and Lee. Let me tell
Yeah.
you, my brother Lee, man. Lee was always into athletics. He always was doing weight training and track and stuff. But Lee, he's also he's a comedian and he's an actor. He
Okay.
uh he he played on a couple seasons of The Wire. He was a patrolman,
Okay. Who
and
was the dude that came out of Pioneer City that played for the Broncos, man? There was some dude that came around out
uh
of that area that
no
played
no
for the
no
Broncos.
he played for a couple teams. You talking about Mike Francis and
No,
nephew.
no,
Mike
that wasn't
Francis
him.
nephew. You talking about for the Broncos? This is the only person I know that came out there that played was Keith Mike
Yeah,
Francis.
and there was another cat from out of Baltimore that played for the Ravens. Jermaine. It wasn't Lewis. Was it Lewis? Yeah. You know, he had all the kickoff returns.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, hell yeah, it was. Yeah, he was out of Baltimore, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Jermaine Lewis. Jermaine
Yeah, but
Lewis. Yeah,
who was the cat that was in Pioneer City that could really fight? He was a knockout artist. He knocked out police. He
Gary
knocked
Singer.
out everybody.
Gary Singer. Gary
Everybody
Singer.
was telling me, see, because people found out I could box and they wanted me to do some work with them on the street and all, like really get it, like box with them. And I said, fine, I don't care if you're knocking, you're young. I don't care if you're knocking everybody out. And we just never hooked up. I was in my 20s and I
Yeah,
really wanted it. I really wanted it with him, man.
I'm gonna
I
tell
went
you.
to
No, no,
Texas.
no, no. I'm glad you didn't want it. You know what I'm tell you why?
No, I said I
Because
did.
I'm glad you did not get it. Okay,
Okay.
because no, really, no disrespect to you at all,
Hmm.
brother. Um, he was. I'm gonna be honest. Like he's like an urban legend, like type. Um, like when you say his name in a certain age group, people be
Hmm.
like, you had to see it. I seen it with my own eyes, like, and it wasn't just like just slouches. It was like, yeah, I'm talking about like he was Gary, man. That whew, Lord have mercy. He used to hang with Cricket and they used to be always be up in Martina and Gloria Pangino, Alvin Ford sisters up in that little area. Yeah,
Hmm.
but Gary Singer was from me village. Gary Singer was
Yeah. I heard he was knocking out
yeah,
police, knocking out grown
yeah,
men. The dude
Gary.
was
Hey,
just a
listen, bro.
knockout artist.
He listen. Back then, if somebody
Hmm.
told me you gotta fight Mike Tyson or you gotta fight Gary, I'd have been like, bring Mike on. Come on, Mike.
I just wanted, when I was in my 20s, I wanted everybody, man. I wanted every. I don't
Well,
give a damn how
we
hard
were
you hit.
young. We were young, but
Yeah.
Gary Nelson also was nice with his hands.
Hmm.
Um, Gary Nelson, that's Tony McBride's brother.
Okay. Did you know a girl named Trina from Pioneer City with old big old behind,
Come
big
on,
butt
man. Come on.
Trina?
Yeah,
Okay. I used to work with
cool.
her at McDonald's, man.
Yeah,
I
Trina.
once made love in a Burger King bathroom.
Yeah, I'm gonna just leave that
I'm
one
not gonna. I'm
alone.
not gonna. I'm not gonna expand on that.
Hey man, but hey, it was someone and everybody keep asking me about her, and I'm like, man, I don't know where, cause I was the guy that I never tried to get with her. I was just
Mhm.
I was the buddy, cause she was just cool people.
Yeah, she was.
Um,
She was really cool, and it was another one. She was fine. I used to work with her brother Tony. Her name was Kia. Kia. I don't remember Kia's last name, but she was fine. And she had a brother named Tony. I
Yeah.
remember Tony. Yeah, and Derek with the Jetta. He had the white Jetta. Derek, name sound familiar?
Yeah, hold up. You talking about with the white Jetta with the green?
Well,
Nah,
he had the kid on his Jetta back in the
the kid
day.
on the Jetta. Right.
Yeah. And it was Kevin Powell. I don't know if you knew old Powell, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I know Kevin Powell. Yeah, hell yeah, I
Yeah.
know Kevin Powell.
That was
I
my
know
boy.
the
He's still my
Kevin
boy.
Powell.
Yeah.
Kevin Powell.
Kevin
Shit.
Powell used to take all the pictures of too many women. Yeah.
Yeah, look, Kevin Powell. Look, Kevin Powell. You had Brian Pratt and then you had
And
Butch.
Dooley. Did you know Dooley?
I know Dooley very well.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know him too. Yeah.
Dooley.
His girlfriend was fine as hell.
Yeah, Dooley was about a couple pencil short of damn goddamn drawer. But
No, well, let me tell you how I met him, man. Because he had that car. What kind of car? He had a little 2-door, but it was hooked up with the paint with the
G,
sparkler.
it was a GT. It was a
Okay,
GT.
yeah,
Ford
because
GT.
he came through drive-through when I worked at McDonald's back in the day, but he had his seat all the way back, and then his girlfriend was sitting forward, so she was taking the food, and I was just there. I was like, damn, she fine. Let me
No, no,
shoot
no,
my shot.
no, no. That was a 300 ZX.
Okay, yeah, the blue one. So
The
yeah,
blue one. Yeah.
so
That was
yeah,
Tasha
I didn't
Brown.
see him
Tasha
in
Brown.
I didn't see him in the car because he was leaning all the way back. So I'm basically, giving her food, and I'm like, "How you doing?" Just being slick.
That was Tasha. That was Tasha.
Yeah,
Tasha
so I was
Brown.
being slick with it. And
Mm-hmm.
he sits up in the seat. He's like, man, we don't need to hear all that.
Flopping ass, man. I'm sorry.
And then we
Yeah.
looked at each other, and I didn't see him again until I went to night school. I did not see him
Right.
again until I went to night school at Meade, and then I saw him again in not Pioneer City, in Freetown when he was running a basketball camp or something. He had come down,
And
and
direct.
yeah, at the rec, because I was there with the kids working on a boxing program, and I think we wanted me to do the same thing in Pioneer City. He said, "You're pretty good with these kids, man. You should come to Pioneer City and do that." And I said, "All right, we just work it out."
Honestly, we didn't
Yeah.
have a wreck. We had to like a couple of people from Me Village. Like if you was cool with people like Me Village, like I was always cool with everybody. So like everybody from Me Village, like my homie Marky
Mm-hmm.
and all them, and I was cool with Sticks. David Jones, he played basketball, so he had me playing on the damn basketball team over there in Me Village because they had a wreck. And
Yeah,
Mike was their coach at the
what is
rec.
Tony? Yeah, it was another brother I know who's a pastor now, David, Melvin,
Dickens.
Dickens. Yeah, he's a pastor now. Yeah, Melvin
Melvin
Dickens.
used to pick on me every day, like, but it was not
Melvin?
pick on me. No, it wasn't like no. I'm not going to tell a lie on the
Yeah.
Lord's people. No, it wasn't like he picked on me. He would just see me and be like, he would look at me like and then I would look at him and he'd be like he was ready to chase me, but he would like never chase me. It was just like this little thing he would do. Like every time he seen me, he'd be like come here. I'd be like, no.
He had some
Yeah.
good hands, man, because he always wanted to challenge me. We would get to slap boxing, but I got the better of him most of the time. But he had some good hands on him, though, man. Oh, Melvin was pretty decent with his hands, but
Yeah, Melvin, because you got
yeah.
Melvin, Melvin Dickens, and you got Troy Walton, Terrence Walton, and that brother Chucky. Then you had Junior, and then Junior's sister, the sister,
And Jimmy,
um,
did you know what Jimmy? He drove a right. Was it Jimmy? He drove a white car. He
Jimmy
got
Cash.
shot. Did he
Yeah,
get shot?
yeah, he got shot.
Yeah, but he
I was
lived.
ready to
He
say
lived.
who shot. Yeah, Jimmy Cash. Yeah, he got shot.
Yeah. Because was this girl? Okay, there was a girl that got. She didn't live in Pioneer City. She lived in the houses a little bit down from Pioneer City, and her boyfriend shot her.
Spring Met.
Uh,
No. You talking about, man? No. That wasn't.
this,
That was rest in peace.
Mhm.
That was damn. That's a hard
She
one.
used to hang with a white girl named Katrina. I think the white girl's name was.
She's hanging with a lot of people. Her name
Yeah,
her brother Kevin Gentry. Her name was her last name was Gentry. And
yeah. But she was Sean's cousin. That was Sean's cousin. My man,
yeah,
I told you about that.
she was yeah, I remember me and Brian went to her funeral, but she the dude killed her, and he killed the girl that lived across the street.
And then he killed
Also,
himself too, right?
no, he didn't kill himself. He went
Did he
to
kill
jail.
himself? Okay, he's a coward.
He was a coward. Listen, but you know, her brother was a state trooper. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then he came back to the scene like like nothing happened. And, you know, they of course they arrested him, but he got they got him down in detention center, but whatever. But I don't know. I don't know, man. That guy might be out by now. Her name
For
was
murder? Yeah.
yeah, he did. His father was a lawyer in Florida, big shot lawyer in Florida, and he didn't get life. I know that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't get life. Uh, he got something, but it wasn't life. Um,
Okay.
her last name was Gentry, and she
Yeah,
was she
that's
was
yeah,
she was
yeah.
she was
Pretty
promiscuous. She
girl.
was a real pretty girl, had green eyes, real
Light
she was
skinned,
a
pretty girl,
light
yeah.
skin, yeah. She lived with provinces, and she lived with provinces. That's what they lived at.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was called. Because you know why
Yeah,
I brought that up? Because we were talking to no people. I was there. I wasn't there when it happened, but I was there about 5 minutes after because we were passing. I think I was dropping Sean home, and it was on the news like a half an hour after it happened, or whatever time
yeah.
it happened, right? And he
Right.
was
It was
like,
daytime. Daytime.
and we had just saw her. To be very honest, we saw her down at the
Oh, that's
market
name.
down at the
Her name was
supermarket.
Her name was Christy Gentry.
Yeah, we just saw her and her friend down at the market. And Sean was like, "If that wasn't my cousin," I'm like, "She your cousin?" Yeah. So we started talking. Next thing we turned on the radio, we heard she was shot. We like, "No, we just saw her." And it was another one. I don't know if you know the fam. I got a I got a Muslim brother in the city, Akil Maizan, man. You know the spoken word artist. Name sound familiar?
Yeah, but
Akil, yeah.
what did he go by back then though? That's
I don't know what he went by back then. I just know him as I met him in '99, and me and him formed a group called oh my God, what was the name of the group? I can't remember the name of the group. That we was me, Akil, Chuck Maddox, and a brother by the name of Peace, who was also a Muslim.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we were a spoken word group. There's another brother, last name Vesta. You know anybody with the last name Vesta? Vester. Yeah,
That's
he's actually a Muslim brother too, but he changed his name. I used to date his sister, and I can't remember his first name or anything like that.
well, yeah. I mean, like,
Yeah.
you remember Seneca that passed away, right?
That damn name sounds familiar. I probably knew him by face because I knew a lot of people by face because I used to
Rebel
go.
Rebel
Yeah,
used to do music for him. His name was Seneca. Uh, Seneca had a couple. He had a, he was down with the Wu. You know, he was coming up, man. He was going to sing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
He
because
did
the
some
dude I
acting.
remember from Rebel was like the Puerto Rican brothers from the Bronx.
Yeah, no,
You- you-
not him.
Okay,
And not Brook, and not Crook and Dodger. Um,
yeah, yeah, because he passed away. He got killed, man. You know, older brother got killed, and me and him had started a friendship. The brother was a good dude, man. I mean, he had his ways, but he was a good dude. You know.
right. But no, this guy here, he wasn't. You know, Danny. His brother named Danny. He got a sister. His sister name was Latrice. Lee. She was uh a little older than them, but yeah, Seneca. He had got the jab. He had went back to get the booster, and he fucking dropped dead, man, after the booster shot.
That's what I was afraid of with me with my heart condition, man. The doctor told me those things could be possible, so I never actually got it. I never got it. I never got it because of
Yeah,
that.
man, that
Because
shit is
Hagler
sad.
died from that. That's what Hagler died from.
From the booster.
From the shot. He took the well. Tom, they said it was something else, but then Tommy Hearns came because Tommy Hearns was in the hospital with him, and Tommy Hearns came out and said, "Nah, he got the COVID shot and he died." And then his wife was trying to shut him down because I think they paid his wife to be quiet or whatever the case may be. But Tommy was hurting, so he just came out and ran his mouth because him and
Yeah,
Tommy were close. Yeah.
that's
But,
crazy, man.
all right, there, brother. I'm gonna jump off here, man. I'm gonna tell you what, man. I'm Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm gonna do shows that are pretty much. I want to do Q&A shows with police and different people, so people can come and ask their questions. There's a lot going on in the world.
Yeah,
And I already showed you I'm gonna do shows on Sunday off and on, but I got a show coming up on Sunday, and I already showed you the artwork for that, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you could stop by for that, that'll be good, man. I'm on. I'm gonna start promoting that one tomorrow. I don't like doing stuff early. I'm gonna tell you why. There's a lot of thieves out here. If you promote it too early, they'll steal your art and your concept. That's actually happened to me.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, like a dude took my entire art and then put his name on it, and I happened to see it. And I have it. So I called him. I called him about it because I got his number, and he's like, "That ain't me." So I sent it to him. Your name right on there, brother. And you know who he is, the dude. I was scrolling through my articles, and what did I see? You know who the hell he is. You know, I mean, I don't know if you know the dude on Facebook who does that, but yeah,
I,
yeah.
I know him.
Marvin knows him because Marvin watches his stream sometime. He starts off. I was scrolling through my articles, and what did I see? You
Oh
saw my
Lord.
you saw my damn artwork. That's what you saw. Shit.
Stop playing. That's
I, I
crazy.
got I just approached him like a grown man. I'm like, "What you doing?" He's like, "That ain't me." I said, "It got your name right on here. What do you mean it ain't you?" Nah, that's from an old show. I'm like, he's trying to say that he did it first. But if I put the art together, how the hell did you do it first?
That's
How?
crazy. Me and Rebel, we did a mixtape for Buckshot Shorty's Black Moon. And we kept that real hush hush, man,
Mm-hmm.
because people they steal your stuff. Who was that popped in there?
Oh, that was me. That was young lady, Crystal 11. I'm wondering if that's the Crystal Grant I know because I can't see her picture. I know a Crystal Grant,
No, I think
and
that's
Rebel knows who Crystal
no,
Grant
that's
is
no,
too.
that's my Crystal. What's her name? That's my baby right there.
It's a Crystal 11.
I don't know what you got on there, but hey, y'all. Yeah, that's my baby. Man,
Beats in boxing. Okay, well she knows who you are. She knows who
yeah,
you are.
that's my baby. That's my boo.
Okay,
My
that's your
lady.
daughter.
No, that's my
Oh, sorry.
that's my significant other.
Oh, okay. Well, excuse the hell out of me. When you kept saying that your parents thought you were talking about, that's your daughter or something.
Nah.
Okay,
She just
okay.
popped in because um she asked me to send her the link. She didn't see the other shows, so she needs to go back to the other shows, baby. The other shows. But you can rewind earlier because we had everybody on earlier. But now
Well,
me
I
and
tell
Troy
you
just
what. Why
talk
don't
straight.
why don't why don't you and her pop in and check out the show Sunday? You can show her what the show topic is, and I'm
Yeah,
sure she'll be interested. And tell her to tell all her girlfriends and all that, and everybody come on over, man.
yeah,
It's there.
yeah. I'm pretty sure she won't have a problem with doing that, man.
Yeah, because it's crystal clear what I'm talking about.
Ah,
It's crystal clear what
plus
I'm talking
line, like
about.
you got that in.
I didn't even realize that. I didn't realize that. I was just
Oh,
being
get
me.
out of here, man. You
But all right, brother. I gotta find a song. So keep talking, because I always gotta
oh,
go out when it's yours.
I'm
Yeah.
ready to send you a subliminal. Uh,
Okay. All
hey
right.
man, sold the most records ever in the world. We're gonna talk about that big payback. So you get that together, and I'm gonna get the words together. So this is how we're gonna do it, man. We
Mm-hmm.
got this fight coming up, and regardless of the outcome, this is good for boxers. So I want everybody to love each other and be kind to each other because at the end of the day, this is a fight that boxing wants. So Spence fans don't troll nobody and vice versa. I mean, this is a good fight for boxing, win, lose, or draw. So let's be adults about the outcome and support the winner and the loser. And then you get a part two. So let's be grown and everybody, peace and love. And I just got one thing. I ask of everybody, do something nice with somebody that you don't know, and you'll get a lot from that.
Yeah, yeah. I reached out to James Tony and Michael Nunn. I heard Michael Nunn send me an inbox. I guess he was busy. I didn't hear from James though. So
We'll get them
yeah.
next show.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. All right, I tell you what, I'm gonna put this on pause because I have to. I'm not gonna lie, I gotta run to the bathroom, y'all. On the damn fluid pill.
I've got man. TMI. So Crystal 1-1. How she gonna sit on it? Crystal 1-1. I see it now. Lord, only in. Yeah, that's that. That's that October in October in the air coming up. Crystal 1-1. I looked at the picture. Hey y'all. Hello, Crystal. How are you doing? You missed the show though, but we had a good show. Marvin was on. We had a couple other coaches. We had a couple champions, former champions. We had a really good show tonight. And we're going to wait for the fight tomorrow. Earl Spence and
Yeah, brother, I'm back. I'm back. So hopefully I got the right song here. Let me see. Is it by the one EPMD?
I'm not going to tell you if you don't know.
Okay, well, we'll find out in a second. So yeah, I don't hear all that noise in the background, but yeah. But yeah, just want to thank everybody for coming out. You know, appreciate it so much, man. We had a good panel today. We had the three kings, of course. You had Brother Ali, the inside man, Mighty Major Key, and the undaunted one, Troy Graham. Welcome to the experience. And then, of course, we had the champion maker, Marvin McDowell, Umar's own. We had Kevin Kelly, Hall of Fame middleweight boxer, and we had Kevin Kelly. Yes, Kevin Pavlik.
The gold.
Kelly Pavlik. Kelly Pavlik, brothers and sisters. And then we had Kevin Kelly. Now you see the confusion. The Flushing Flash from out of New York City. And we had Coach Andre Rozier, another champion maker up in here. So had a good panel, man. This is what you do when you put together intelligent, knowledgeable brothers and we get together. We had our fun. We know we didn't all agree on everything, but it was good, man. When you come here, it's not about the numbers, it's about the memories. Because I like giving back. Okay? So and Miss 702, I'm going right over there to iTalk, so I'll catch you over there. Thank you for supporting. I appreciate you. And everybody that stopped by, I want to thank everyone, man. Modern King, you were doing your thing with the questions. Puro, there was another brother on here. What's his name? There's another boxing site. Khan Shonery. What was the other boxing place that was on here? Bruce Gas, of course. Can't forget Bruce Gas.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
And Post brother, I don't know what you was up here doing, talking about thugs and stuff, but you was on here. I don't know what you was talking about. But yeah, so where's the other brother at? The other brother that was on here. Let's talk sports, y'all. So thank everybody for coming out. Those who's watching it, those who watch the replay, like I like to say, from Africa to America, bless on all the world over. Thank you for your support and bless up yourself. I'm gonna take you out with EPMD, the big payback. All right.
There was smoke from the rubber, he cooked the big payback. The Romeo and a Juliet romance story. Just CPNZ, the fame and the glory, the rapping technique. Something like fencing dangerous. It keeps you with suspense and you have to be cool. And plus have stamina, cause if you don't, I'm gonna end up stabbing you in your gut from the razor cut. And I'ma stick and pick until your mind goes nuts. And my son grows to make it some of but don't never double. I'm like jumping jack flash. That's why it was an eye.
All right, before I get in trouble for playing this song, bless up one and all and much respect. Thank you.